everybody, and welcome to episode 100 of Rise of the Podcast. I am Jeremy.
I'm Kara.
And I'm Brownie. And as it is episode 100... Congratulations on 100 episodes, guys. I know you just cleaned the studio, but here it is.
Awesome.
There's tape in your glasses.
There's confetti everywhere. Oh
I was
my
not
gosh.
expecting that. Oh my gosh.
That was epic. Oh, man. I had no idea. That was so cool. I'm glad it wasn't glitter-based.
If it was glitter, we'd... Oh my gosh, it's stuck to the ceiling. That shoots. Holy cow.
Quick story time. We tested one of these in my garage last night, and I was a little bit closer than we are now, and it was like just to make sure that it was safe and everything.
Yeah.
And that I had never heard that go off before. It's a heck of a bang.
It is a
It
bang.
scared me a little bit. If you go back and replay that in slow motion, my face is going to be ridiculous. I'm just saying.
That was awesome. So cool.
Oh my gosh.
That was awesome. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Al says congrats. Daryl says congrats. Brad says have fun cleaning that up.
Yay, Brad's here. Hopefully, Brad, you got my email.
So, hello, Brad. How are you doing? Surprise! There's another camera angle today.
What? It is so crazy. I get to watch it on the monitor, too. Like, go cut to your angle now for once. I've only ever seen it go from Kara and I to, back and forth to our close-ups, and Chris has his own.
What?
Don't get used to it, but it's here for today anyway.
Super fun. So,
All
Chris,
right.
100 episodes. Do you really think we'd ever be here?
No, I honestly, when we first, and we've talked about this a couple of times, starting all this up, if I thought like 25 would be a feat.
Right.
Like, and I thought like we would start off, we'd do a few of them, and then be like, oh, can't do it this weekend. Oh, maybe let's wait a couple of weeks. Oh, we'll just do like one a month. Like, there's all these things. It's like it's gonna get kicked down the road.
I told myself at the beginning of this I was going to try it really hard for 1 year.
Oh my gosh.
No, we're
Amateur
pushing
hour, you're out
two.
of focus. Hold on. You've done 100 of these, and I still can't get it right.
Well, for what it's worth, we were just doing pre-production ahead of this, and I asked Chris, Kara, do you know what syndication is?
Syndication.
Don't help her, Chris.
What?
When a TV show has enough episodes, they can be bought and sold as a package. Is that the gist of it?
Yeah, basically you can be rerun on your non-main network. It's like, you know how they play The Simpsons at 5:30 and 6:30 on whatever.
Yeah.
That's syndication.
So how many episodes does a show need to have before it's eligible for syndication?
100.
That's correct.
We can be syndicated.
Hey.
So we can sell this bundle of...
Oh, Chad, I love you guys.
What'd they say?
So Justin said this new camera angle has broken a new level of existence for, or a new wall of existence for him.
Now what you need to do, Chris, is that needs a teleprompter in front of that angle so you can read the comments, like maybe that
Yes.
comment
That
reading
would be nice,
angle.
yeah, if I had my own monitor like
Yeah.
up over here.
Well, that's I mean, if we're going to be switching out everything, we do have the two monitors. Mount one up there, mount one in front of Chris. Boom.
There we go.
Done.
Kara just wants a laptop so she can play Valheim.
Okay, we tried playing Valheim on my computer today. My computer's from 2012, 2013. She old. And she didn't want to play it, so.
Nope, and the native resolution of her monitor is 1920 by 1080, and it would only do 1280 by 720. And it, like, even with everything on min settings, you just, like, if you turn, there's just so
It was,
much
like, glitchy,
screen tearing.
and I was
Yeah,
like,
it was,
woo!
it was a hot mess. It was a hot mess.
Yeah,
Nope.
that tower, I did lug that tower down here. It's in the back of my car.
Perfect. Another thing that I have to do, the cable management is so much better. It'd be easier to clean up all the confetti with the cable management that we did.
Oh, we spent, what, 90 minutes running cables?
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys can tell, but Kara's got a yellow XLR cable now.
Beautiful.
And Jeremy's got a blue one.
I got a blue one.
We're
and all
Swedish
that-
colors.
All that is part of... You can't really see it on my... Okay, well, hold on.
You are not moving that, are you? Oh, you are. You are so funny, Chris. You are hilarious.
So it's all color coordinated on the mixer that I've got here. This is awesome, actually. I like this a lot. So here's the mixer. You can see the XLR cables coming out of the back. That's our live feed. This is sweet. I kind of like having a camera angle.
You need one. There's all the stuff he has to control.
And there's me.
Yay.
Oh, what a weird side of the head. Jeesh.
As you can see, we don't take this lightly. We're very serious about our production.
Thank you for the congrats on the big 100. Also, we were talking about like if we thought we were gonna make it, and then I remember at our 1 year on May 4th of last year, we were like, you guys want to do another year?
Yeah, right. We're like, huh? Year?
And like we had completely different goals when we had first started, and even if we only ever have 340 subs or whatever I have now, it's like I have a lot of fun doing this.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I enjoy chatting with people. Like all the chat that comes in. I feel like I'm talking to friends here. You know? Well, you are friends, but you know, like sitting around having coffee, just chatting it up, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I think Twitch has been getting some surprisingly people have been following us on Twitch.
Really?
So yeah, like that's where we've been getting the traction lately is on Twitch. So I think like between Twitch and everything, like something's bound to take off eventually. You throw enough, what is it, knives at the wall, something's bound to stick.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different nouns you could replace that with.
Right.
Well, okay, the Murder Mystery Makeup Monday girl, Bailey Sarian, that I follow, she's been on YouTube now for 7 years, and she really didn't start picking up, getting traction until a couple years ago, I'd say.
Right.
And she's up to 4 million now, but
Can you imagine?
7 years. That's how long it took her to get there.
Now,
so,
We'll get there.
Did you? I might have bumped Kara's angle because you can't see the shelves behind her anymore, can you?
Oh no, hold on. Let me
What?
adjust that.
And the only reason I say that is going to lead into my next topic here because I know that he's here. First of all, stupid static electricity. We're all just watching Chris. You can't see
Yeah.
Chris is adjusting Kara's angle.
I can't really go too far with it.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Well, we can go to the wide. That'll
Yeah.
work. We're in the wide.
But as you can see,
a stormtrooper's drunk up there.
oh, that's right. I blue tacked him down. But as you can see in my angle, these are original 1977 to 1983, 1985 Kenner toys, okay? These were sent to us by our first fan, Brad, and we absolutely love them. We've been doing shorts on YouTube on Brickable with like Lego things. We're gonna find different ways to include these in every bit of production that we do.
And then
We're gonna start
on the second shelf above Kara. We got heroes, and then above Jeremy we got villains.
Okay, so my favorite one, I think, was probably the Jawa. Just because we watched the Toys That Made Us, and
on the way out.
on the way to pitch the idea for these toys, they had their Jawa figurine. They're like, man, this guy needs a cloak or something. So one of the guys had a brown sock on, and he took off his sock and he cut it up, and he actually turned his sock into the Jawa cape.
Nice.
So
on the
my
plane
goodness,
ride out there.
Time is getting away from us already. We have a lot of stuff scheduled. It's already almost 10 after. We've got guests calling in
In
to
5
relive
minutes?
the glory days. I think 710 is our first one.
No way.
I think that's right.
710 is our first one.
No way.
So we're going to be going probably pretty close to 3 hours today, guys. We've got a ton of stuff we have to get in. We're going to be looking at the very first episode of the podcast. We're going to be looking at old logos. We're going to be looking at things that we're going to want to do in the future. We're going to have guests calling in.
Nobody wants to see the first episode.
So Adriana and Wyatt, who were on, who knows what episode number? I can tell you actually in just a moment.
I'm going to go with 85.
Adriana and Wyatt were on 86.
Oh, that was so close.
Kara. Wow.
We're going to be doing some podcast trivia. Yeah, get some coffee, Brad. Brad was blowing up the chat. We'll go back over chat in a second. Daryl wants to dibs the green XLR. But so we're gonna have our first calling guest in like a second here. Whenever they actually call in. So
voice in HD when we put these on.
That's crazy.
I hope that they remember. So I unfortunately have an echo on mine, so I'm just gonna be like very tangentially listening.
Oh. All right, here we go. Hold on. Okay, let's see. I got to send it to the road. Here we go. Got to send it to the roadcaster. All right, it should be going to the roadcaster.
Okay. Hello?
Oh, I hear him.
I hear them. They're really quiet, but I hear them.
All right, excellent. So I can't hear him just yet, so we're going to push you guys live now so everybody can hear you.
Sounds good.
Hey, welcome, guys. Welcome.
Hi, thanks for having us back.
Yeah, congrats on your 100th episode.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Oh, this is okay. So on the line we have Wyatt and Adriana. made their first appearance on Rise of the Podcast on episode 86.
I was one off. One off.
Kara guessed.
Kara wasn't even here for that episode.
I wasn't.
No.
I took it off because I had Chip that week. So
Yeah.
yeah, I wasn't gonna come in here and sit down and
Kara had a
Nope.
baby and only took 1 week off.
Wow.
dedication. What can I say?
I always remember asking her, like, do you want more time? And she's like, no, this is my social time. It's the only time I spend around adults right now.
It's true. And my parents appreciate watching Chip. Come on now. He's so cute.
Anyways,
Aw.
this isn't, it can be all about us, but so since you guys have been on, you left off, your movie made its appearance on Amazon Prime. Have you guys gotten any more feedback or like what's going on with that?
It's going really, really well. We had a pretty good start like we expected because it was around the Christmas time. Christmas Day was our most watched day. Unsurprisingly, movies are pretty popular on Christmas, the week of Christmas. And then kind of like teetered off for a little bit in January and February. But then March, I don't know what's been happening, but it's just been kind of exploding. Like hundreds of people are watching it each day.
Dang.
And
That's awesome.
out of
Yeah.
nowhere, it just kind of started blowing up, and I don't know why or how.
That's super
Mark-
dope.
Can't complain about that, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, I have a story actually. So, Jarrett, who wants to come on but says he can't control his language, he was down at a Lego store in the cities, and we're gonna probably have to tell us multiple times tonight, only because it's involved multiple people. But he was talking to him about Legos, and obviously we have the Lego channel. And so some
Yep.
people down there wanted to check it out. And he says, oh, they also have a podcast called Rise of the Podcast. And somebody checked that out and they saw like Keith's movie. And then they saw that you guys were on about movies. So I know Jarrett was telling a couple people about your guys' movie and Gravedigger Dave. So,
Oh, wow.
so that's at least a view or two. Who knows? Word of mouth. It probably just went around the Mall of America. Somebody
Right.
standing in line heard it. And then by the end of the day, I wonder how that got distorted, right? You know, there's that phone game where it goes
yeah.
around the room. Did you hear Fall of the Internet thing has movies on? And the guy that ran it was in the Lego store. I have no idea how it would get distorted.
So Chad has chimed in. Al Wallen says he loved your movie, by the way, guys.
Aw,
Aw,
thank you. We're
you.
glad you liked it.
Yeah.
So
No, it's something spreading. Don't know how. I don't think we know 300 people to invite to watch.
What's fun is, for the phone people, the chat can hear your guys' excitement and your response. So it was like, Al got to hear that. That's so cool.
So cool.
Oh, that's yeah.
We should have invested in this a long time ago, Chris.
we're glad we finally did.
No kidding. So so Wyatt and Adriana, you guys had a huge influx of people, and so that's that project. You guys, have you been working anything else? Any plans for the future?
We do have plans for a future project. Timeline's a little up in the air as we're going through the revision process and pre-production. It's been very different tonally. This one's more of a comedy, mockumentary style. It's called Citizen News.
Oh, cool. And I know I don't know how much time does each person get, Chris?
10 minutes.
Oh, 10 minutes. Okay, we're doing good on time. I know that you guys will have to get you down in here in person again. And Chris even we just rerouted all of the cables today, and Chris made me hook up an additional 2 mics. So if we can figure out how to get the seating right, we can actually have Kara and both of you back on. So,
Well, I think what would
Maybe.
happen. Yeah.
It's super fun.
because Kara it wasn't here for the last time you guys were on.
No,
so
it wasn't.
Isn't that the first time you guys are meeting?
Yeah, this is our first time meeting.
super, super fun. Okay, so let's see here. Episode 100. You guys were on 14 episodes ago. So, Chris, did you have any trivia for these guys or no?
Honestly, not really.
I have one.
Okay.
So if you guys, it's crazy to think about. When we started this, we wanted to have more guests, and we planned to go to like more conventions and things like that. But Chris did the math, and how many episodes do we actually have? It's like 1 out of 5.
You have 20%.
20% of our episodes have guests.
Wow.
And
That's
it
awesome.
gets even funnier. So Chris was asking me, and then of course, what do I do when I call and talk to Kara next? I have to ask her these questions. And both Kara and Chris actually asked, I just assumed, like when we talked about how many guests we've had on, and Chris goes, do Wyatt and Adriana count as one or two? And I was like, two. They're two different people. They're two separate people. Even though you were on at the same time and you were sitting in the same chair. And then Kara goes, well, are you counting? Because I said, Kara, how many guests do you think we've had on total? And she said, well, hold on. Do Wyatt and Adriana count as one or two? And I was like, they count as two. What do you guys think? Do you think you count as one or two?
I think we count as two.
Two?
Yeah.
I'm glad you guys are so confident.
Right?
I felt very confident and I nearly was not.
Can you guys see each other?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you have the ability. Are you like holding up like a one, no two? Like, no, one, no, two. Yeah, no, two, you'll go two. We should have made you sit in separate rooms. Then we could really count you as two guests.
Oh, yes.
There you go.
Yeah, and then Chris, how are we going to handle tonight now with guests on the podcast? Are we going to count as is this like 15 guests on tonight?
Yeah, we'll count it as appearance for each person.
Yay!
Dang.
This counts as one. It still only counts as one.
Yes. Love the reference. Lord of the Rings. That's where it's at.
So can we pin you guys to you wanted to come back on for another appearance, right?
Yeah, of course.
we're
That was
totally
fun.
down.
Absolutely. Well, we're definitely looking forward to that.
You know what? Maybe we should put them on the spot and be like, hey, should write in a Rise of the Podcast cameo into your film.
Oh, there you go.
there-
You did just put
yeah.
him on the spot.
That's right.
You totally don't have to.
Even
Just
as
be
just
a
like
jerk.
a background.
I'll be a dead person in your film. Just
I don't know how many
It's a
murders there can
comedy.
be.
It's a comedy.
it can be comedy. Time plus what is
Tragedy
it?
plus time equals comedy.
Now
Come
I
on.
just want to see like Kara doing stuff in the background. It's just like Kenny. She just keeps getting killed and like
Oh, it'll be like in Grand Tour when they go on Conversation Street.
and their silhouettes
Jeremy's
get
always doing something to
Richard.
Richard.
Yeah. So
I'll just be
funny.
Richard. Just something funny's happening. I'm dying.
I saw some more chat pop up, Chris.
Yeah, this is Brad admonishing me for putting Adriana and Wyatt on the spot. Yeah, he said a swear word, and then he's like, "Oh, that will definitely get blocked."
Well, that's even funny too. Just so you guys, this is just for fun, just to pick your brain. Take a guess how many episodes we did before we went live.
Ooh.
Before going live,
We're going
Yep.
to doing live.
Yeah.
let's say I'm going to go with 48.
Okay, I'm
Really
gonna go
specific.
with 30.
Okay, Chris, what's the answer?
Well, our first live episode would have been
Episode 50.
61.
Oh, really?
So we didn't
I
go.
was
Oh,
close.
you were close.
You were
As we were
super
playing
close.
Price is Right. Yeah, you were. Neither of you went over.
Like,
But I was gonna go somewhere with that. Anyways, about just like, so I was going somewhere with going live. I don't know where I was going with it. I completely lost my
Yeah.
train of thought. But
It was
Yeah.
61. Dang, like
yeah, and that was Gabe first saw episode 61.
Oh no! So episode 61 is when we went live down here. The first time we went live would have been
Oh.
episode 53.
yeah, I was
52.
gonna say because that would have been a year from when
Yeah.
we started.
But
so.
okay, so technically we did a live episode, and then we didn't go live for a little while, right?
Yeah, but then we've been going live regularly since
Okay.
episode 61.
Because yeah, we had a period of Minecraft episodes.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, don't get me started.
Yeah, that's cool. That was clever.
Yeah,
around
Chris is always doing work in the background. So he recreated the podcast studio in Minecraft for the COVID episodes, and then today at the start of this episode, he blows us with confetti, which I'm not gonna lie, made me that upped my elevation of like hypedness.
I was either going to do one of two things. It's either going to make you hype or it's going to make you really mad.
Oh no, it made me hyped. It totally made me hyped.
Right, well.
I think. Oh, sorry. You guys are just along for the ride at this point. I was gonna say, who doesn't want to have confetti blasted at them? It's so much fun.
It's the first time I've had it blasted at me. It's kind of exciting.
Yeah, it's like when you see them dump the Gatorade on the coach when they win the.
You're definitely not doing that.
Yeah, no.
Or it's like in what is it? America's Got Talent. You can get the gold buzzer. And then
Yeah.
all the gold confetti falls down. You're like, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Well, unfortunately, that's been 10 minutes, guys.
Woo.
Yeah, so much
yeah, thanks for having us.
Thank you guys so much for coming on and dealing with our insanity. We really do want to have you on and talk a little bit more detail
Yes,
about your
for
upcoming
sure.
project and the various places that your film has taken you on Amazon and beyond. So thank you guys so much.
Yeah,
And
thanks
keep
for
hanging out
having
if you want and chat. Otherwise, have a great weekend.
Sounds
Yeah, have a
good.
great rest of your show.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, that's so cool. That is ridiculously awesome. Chris is like, get the reverb out of here.
Yeah,
for him.
I'm the only person who's dealing with a delay when I'm listening.
I don't
so.
know how you're able to talk and listen to reverb at the same time.
I'm also having one headphone off helps. I guess I can go like this. Having one headphone off helps that I'm on it all right now. But that, and then when I'm going to talk, I'm actually pulling the other headphone.
Oh, smart. Smart.
So that's what I do.
Chris is smart.
That's why Chris runs everything here.
I saw a couple comments come in right at the.
Yeah. So mostly it was Brad revolving around that comment, and then he said he doesn't understand why they throw rice at weddings.
I don't know.
Okay, so they've actually stopped doing that because if birds eat raw rice, it actually causes the bird to expand and eventually blow up because the rice, well, you know,
It's dry.
Yeah, it's dry. Like you pour in a cup of dry rice or uncooked rice. By the time you're done, it's 2 cups of rice.
Now, I just want to see a little YouTube sketch of a couple going, we want rice thrown at our wedding, and the guy's like, but you got to think of the birds. So then it just cuts to the wedding, and he goes to just throw cooked rice, and it's just sticky rice. He just goes to throw it, and the clump just stays in the pan, or the clump goes flying and just smacks him.
Right in the bride's face. It's
Yeah.
We got a couple of comments about brownie cam. This is a one night only special.
No,
you only get this every 100 episodes.
But you still need a gear
any
cam.
significant milestone, I guess maybe. But
Every time we get a
Don't get used to
sub.
it.
Well, I got another. Oh, I thought I had another call coming in.
Daryl will be calling in just a few short moments. We've got so much packed into this thing today. So after Daryl, so I'm going to give you guys a quick rundown because I've got a couple minutes here. So Daryl's at 7:25. When we're done with that, we're going to be doing 100 episode nostalgia trivia. We're going to play a part of episode 1 of the podcast.
Oh, boy.
That is
Sketch.
so cringy.
Sketch.
We're gonna that has our original theme song that nobody except for me remembers. We're gonna show some of our old logos and stuff like that, and just sort of take a trip through memory lane of where we started to where we are today. Mm-hmm. So it's gonna be a good time.
Absolutely.
Then after that, we got some more call-ins, and then we're gonna do. So Justin is gonna be at 8:00 from Cinephile Studios.
Yay!
Gabe of the Latin Operation Forces is gonna be at 8:15. Keith of Gravedigger Dave, and a new novel at 8:30.
I've
Nice.
seen tons of stuff about his novel.
8:45, we're going to do Star Wars Leaks Listener Mail, and we have a special segment recorded for this, How a Podcast is Made. It details how we'd made episode 99 of the podcast. And then at 9, hopefully Brad will still be awake.
Well, he's 2 hours behind us.
yeah,
but
so
he's got stuff going on, I'm sure. At 9, Brad will be calling in. Matt's going to be at 9:15, and then pending everyone's energy level, we'll try and sneak Gwen in of Stuff Lab at 9:30.
Nice.
So we've got an action-packed whole bunch of stuff going on.
It has been troubleshoot city here too, like getting everything to just work right. You guys saw the cables on the board earlier too.
Oh, so Brad said he liked the original music. I liked it too. It was just a little bit too mellow to kick off a show. I thought.
Oh man.
David, we do not have any OG movie clips. Those will not be coming out of the vault just yet.
Yay.
Daryl says we ain't ready for the heat he's about to bring.
I'm so excited. I just have a perma smile right now. But I want to know people's feedback on the video clip that Chris shares, because if you guys like it, we're gonna try to do more stuff like that.
Yeah, I was bringing some more external segments, so it's not just us winging stuff off the cuff. It's maybe we do one thing. So, Cam brought in or gave us that glow in the dark Yoda.
Yep.
And one of the things that I thought was instead of just us being hey, send us stuff to our PO boxes, we want stuff. If you have a story, and Brad, I wanted to talk to you about this too, so I'll just throw it out on air for people to hear. I thought it'd be kind of cool. It's if you sent in a Star Wars object and the story of why it's important and why it means a lot to you, type of thing, or whatever. So we don't want to do treasured family relics that you'll regret sending in, but something that means something to you and your connection to Star Wars.
Right.
And then we can do a little vignette on that and show that to people, and then put it up on the wall where it can live in resplendent glory.
All right, we have our next. It's one. So okay.
Oh, hold on. I got to cut back to my cam. Hello, Adam. Thank you for saying that you wanted more brownie cam.
Oh my goodness. Sorry. Okay, I'm sending him to the roadcast. Sorry. Now you can hear us.
Whoa, hey, how's it going, everybody?
You are
I'm gonna try and
hot on the mic.
Yeah, you were just hot. We just went hot.
Oh, good. All right. Well, I'll try to keep it PG then.
Okay, this is Daryl. the creator of All Hallows Eve. You are live on the air, Daryl.
I love to hear that. Hey, thank you guys. I hear that episode 70 is really when the podcast starts for you guys.
That's
yeah.
right.
Yeah, they were going to count that as episode 1, but you guys are so close to 100, you don't want to start over again just to have my episode as episode 1. So.
Well, so some fun facts, really quick. You know how many episodes we didn't have a guest on after you, and we just put your game on as a guest? I don't know why we did it. But it was so funny to me, and so
I love it.
Chris just brought All Hallows Eve back, and so Kara. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, go for it. I had to turn my thing off so I can actually hear you guys. So
got it. So Kara is modeling All Hallows Eve here.
Vanna White.
ooh.
But so, man. Anyways, Daryl, we loved having you on. You guys, that's what I was gonna say. Kara, you guys probably missed it. Daryl was bragging that podcast really didn't start until episode 70.
Oh, I heard that.
Oh, you heard that?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Chris didn't hear it. That's what it was. So, Daryl, so All Hallows Eve, how's that been going for you?
Hey, it's been going real stellar. So the silver lining of being stuck at home is I can really sit down and work on stuff. And I know when I was on the podcast originally, I had been a little bit hesitant to say too much about the future of the game.
Right.
And then since then, I've decided to throw caution to the wind and just let people know that, like, now that I've got both my shots, I'm kind of opening my game room up again, that playtesting is going to be coming up. And I have an additional 10 monsters
Ooh.
than what you guys have seen.
10?
So
Dang.
10 additional monsters. So that is, I'll kind of list off some of the things coming up. All Hallows Eve Part 2, Cabin Fever, All Hallows Eve Silent Night, which is like a Christmas one. Krampus and all that.
I was hoping you'd do something with Krampus.
Oh, yes. All Hallows Eve, I don't know if, like, legally I can say this one yet, so I gotta look into that, but All Hallows Eve Monster Mash, which is at a graveyard, or Graveyard Smash, that's what it is, Graveyard Smash. Inside of a graveyard, and then, oh boy, what's the other one? Potentially one based off like a 50s dine-in that, Gordy's, if you're listening, you could do a sponsorship with me, with Murder Burger, going after servers and stuff.
That's awesome.
Heck yeah.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, I'm looking for all sorts of playtesters once we can start rolling in safely and doing that again, because I have all the pieces made for playtesting for what I consider the life of the game.
We'll playtest for you.
Oh yeah,
awesome.
For sure. So
I love it.
So Daryl, hopefully you don't mind. I know, and like I want to keep talking about All Hallows Eve, but I had to like enjoy the fact. I want to say it was you. So Digimon card game just came out.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And you love Digimon or like Digimon, right?
Love is probably the more adequate term. Yeah. So.
Were you? I was invited to a group by Jim or you, somebody, and then who put the storm window up to make a safer card game so you guys play Digimon? Was that you?
That was me.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I saw that on. I saw your post about that. So okay. Sorry, I know I'm talking like you. Everybody knows what's going on. Daryl is the creator of All Hallows Eve, and he loves Digimon. And Digimon card game just came out, and they invited me to a group so I could see like how the game works and everything. And so Daryl, you made a card space in your area there, and he took an old storm window and separated it so you can like. It's almost like you're in prison. You got the wall between you. You should add the phone that you have to like hold the button.
Yeah. So that way I can talk to my, whoever on the other side. But yeah, I figured, just in case it's that one level extra of security, I had it lying around anyways, and it's actually out in my shed, which is, again, it's like a little more open space. It's not inside of the house. So I want to create a safe environment to get these games back on the table, because good God, do I need to play games. I'm actually looking at James dead in the eye right now, and we're about to slap down some Digimon. So for real quick, just because you brought it up, anybody who's interested in joining locally in the Twin Port Digimon TCG on Facebook, I can throw a link up at some point for anybody who's interested in that, but we're looking for friendly local players. If you're toxic, you can spam magic for that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, Yeah.
jump into the chat
Otherwise,
and throw a
we'd
link in
love
the
to
chat.
have you. Yeah, sweet. I will as soon as we're done here. I'll throw that in there because we're looking for interested people, and right now supplies are a little bit limited, but we are working on getting enough stuff set up so people who want to play or maybe not buy in or can't buy in because of the limit can just come and test it out until that is more available for folks. But it's just important for us to have a good, strong gaming community here, and I think that's a great way to start it. And then if you're in the area, you're going to play some All Hallows Eve too. I won't complain about it. So
Excellent.
That is so awesome. So two things I was going to say. Board games are just so much fun, and I love playing All Hallows Eve with you. And then we played Stardew Valley live for part of one episode. Brad said he needed a PhD to play it, but he didn't say that for All Hallows Eve. So you got that going for you.
Sweet.
And then I just want, I love the positive community in the area too, and I'm a part of that group. And I answered a survey about what I guess color you play, I think, and I said I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm totally interested. I'm so sick and tired of availability of things right now. Everything sells out, whether people play it or not.
It does.
Bots.
Legos, graphics cards, video game consoles, Digimon cards.
Chicken wings.
I wish chicken wings were into as much demand as everything. Could you imagine trying to buy chicken wings off eBay?
Oh man.
Oh man, I do it, but a shady chicken wing dealer. Hey kid, need me a pack of goodies? I got the Krispies for you.
Yes. Super cool.
So
I'm excited for the future of your game, man.
well, hey, thank you. Like I said, I know I was a little bit hesitant originally, but I figured, it's good to say it and say, hey, I said that I had that, going, whatever. But it's just important for me to get some folks in and really get because I've got to where I can do by myself. I need people. It's a community project. It takes people who are interested and passionate about doing it to make the game fun. Because if I get it and I like it, that doesn't mean everyone's going to like it. So having playtesters and people come in and share their ideas and go through it with me is incredibly important. And, also for me, it was just like getting this out of my system because it just sat in there and I needed it out so I could think of other things for a little bit. But it's nice to now have a playable version of what I have in my head so far as the entire life of the game.
Well,
so yeah.
You said you had more monsters. It's going to be hard to get me to play someone other than Cog for my next round. Because I feel like coming back, I just want that nostalgic feeling. I just want to be Cog again because I loved the way that you painted him. He had the gray head with the blue shirt or blue pants.
Yep. He's your average working man.
Yeah, I love
who
him.
Just got pushed in. Well, you might enjoy Blue Pine, the camp counselor who turned werewolf by night.
Oh,
Oh, nice. You and your puns.
Yeah.
And then
Oh man.
Okay,
Yep.
what was the witch that I played as? I forget her name.
Noita.
Noita.
Noita. Yeah.
I mean, that flying aspect, you really can't
Oh.
beat that.
Ooh, it's going to be fun. There's Miasma. There's a growing fog bank. Kind of uses that flying aspect, and
Okay.
working on what the ghost title is. So there's a couple more flyers. There's swimmers now.
Ooh.
That's going to be something new.
oh man, you could swamp. Oh man, there's so many ways you can go with that. Oh,
Bog
man.
Body. Yeah, Bog Body, the guy that was thrown in to sacrifice, and now his spirit returns every so many years.
Ooh.
Yep.
Oh,
So,
I'm
we've
really
got-
looking forward to this.
Me too. We still need to get a
Hey.
game.
I know we do. I know.
Yeah,
Chris-
you
I didn't
jealously
even realize
holding
you
onto
guys
my
didn't
copy.
have one.
it
No,
was
we
so-
don't. I know we
Well, hey,
talked about it, but
Well, speaking of games, I mean, you have one right there. If you were to run with it, I don't know how long it would take Chris to hunt you down, but you'd have maybe enough time to play a game before he murdered you.
Right.
Currently, until I'm directing Spring Play, so I'll shout that real quick too. That's the Ed Monk. I don't know if it's going to be open to the public, but I'm directing that for the high school.
nice.
So thank you. Until May, I am incredibly busy doing that. So I won't have any prints until that point. All that I've had are sold out. And I'm also probably going to take some of that time to really crack into my art and get it into that next step up, even though people are satisfied where it's at right now. There are things for me that I would like to try and just boost up to that final level and get out. But I think probably May would be the first time I do another batch. So any of those of you who are interested, I'll put another link in the description for the World of All Hallows Eve
Awesome.
Facebook group, and check it out there. Tell me you're interested. Friend me, DM me, whatever you need to do to get a hold of me, and I'll put you on the list. Because the more people I know who are interested, the more bulk I can buy knowing that, and hopefully that means cost goes down. So
Awesome.
it's a win-win for everybody. So yeah,
All right. Well, I think that is probably wraps it up.
that is it.
Yeah, every 10 minutes goes by so quickly.
Yeah, it does.
I know it does. Hey, thank you so much, and congratulations, guys. I'm
Thank you.
so happy for you.
Thank you. All right, Daryl, have a good one. Thank you so much, man. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Stay spooky.
Yep. This goes against a core of my being not doing a Minnesota goodbye, just for the record.
Oh, I know.
The fast cutoff is tough.
It is really hard for me. It's really going against the grain for who I am. It's unbelievable. And then I keep looking when this changes everything for me. It's so funny because when you're listening more than you're like when we talk, I like look at you guys, but when I can only listen, I'm doing these like dumb faces, like yeah, I'm constantly twisted. I keep looking at him like, oh yeah, I could probably relax a little bit, but it's like I got the head listening going on because it's like a dog just with following their ear. I can hear out of both.
Oh my gosh.
So
Really quick, I thought it was hilarious that Daryl made the comment that if you're toxic, you can join the magic group. So I'm watching a show called See No Evil right now, and it's true crime. And there was actually a guy who was murdered for his magic cards.
no way.
That does not
Yep.
surprise me.
Yep, he had like the Black Widow card or something like that.
Black
His-
Lotus.
Whatever the
That's
most
what it is.
expensive. Yeah, he had that one. His deck was worth, I think they estimated it almost $1 million.
Well, he must have
Dang.
like a bunch of cards.
He had tons, and it like I said, estimated around $1 million. This guy's really wanted it, killed him, and yeah.
So I think about that two ways. At first, I thought, so let's consider the value of human life, right? Like it's priceless, and it like so there's human life, right?
Yep.
And then it's like, man, magic cards. I got a box of just garbage cards sitting in my
It's
basement.
just cardboard and ink.
Cardboard and ink, right? But then
It's known as cardboard crack. Magic is.
Oh, yeah.
if you flip it though, because there's a monetary value attached to it, now I can see it's like, okay, we're not surprised when somebody gets shot, getting mugged or robbed, right? For $20 cash or $100 cash or whatever the reason. So yeah, if it was a really high value collection, I guess I can see somebody busting in and doing that. It doesn't make it right. I'm just saying, like, when you think about
I
it,
can see it happening.
it's just the magic aspect of it, like the magic cards, right? It's
Yeah.
the whole cardboard ink. It's like, man, you killed someone over a piece of paper. With anyway, it's
Yeah,
just crazy.
Disgusting.
I'm sorry.
Is that the one where they follow people through webcams?
Yep. CCTVs.
Brad says, priceless. Tell that to an insurance company or the government.
Yeah, I
Right.
know, right? It's so dumb.
How much are you worth to the government?
well-
Is that a number you can say?
No, I
okay.
have a life insurance policy.
How much is it for?
Less than $1 million. More than 100,000, but
right,
less than $1
let's-
million. We'll leave it at that.
Let's get off of the macabre. we've got a lot to get to.
I don't want somebody to like try to hack into my account, change be the beneficiary, and then run me off the road.
We are gonna spend approximately. We're the next 20 minutes. Our next call is gonna be at 8:00 with Justin.
Okay, perfect.
We got 20 minutes. We're gonna do a little bit of walking down memory lane, and so the first thing that I think that we should do, actually, this is maybe not interesting to other people, but it's interesting to me, is I'm just gonna bring this up as an image here. This is the history of our logos going through here. So
Oh man.
from upper left to lower right is sort of like the metamorphosis of the logo. So you'll see when we go to watch the beginning of the first podcast that we used that first logo. And it's like, and I was pretty happy with it. It wasn't like anything world shaking or anything. But then Kara came up with the Rise of the Podcast logo, the second one on the top row. And that was like the go-to for a long time. That's what was on the van when we went out to Galaxy's Edge.
Yep. And that was Dave used a Cricut or Ashley's thing or whatever to cut it out, and we've got vinyls of that logo. And
Yeah.
And then the first one on the second row was my first attempt at making something sort of based on The Empire Strikes Back. And I liked it, and we used that for a decent amount of time, too. But I was just never satisfied with it. Now we have our current logo, the one that I don't think will ever go away.
I love it. I
Yeah.
don't want to change it. I like it a lot.
And it's like just nice and clean. But like you start to see in the ones that I made, because Kara was, I don't know, maybe had enough self-restraint to not put her name on it. But like part of branding is getting people to know who you guys are.
Yeah.
So it's important to me that your names were incorporated into it.
Yeah.
So that's why I did that the way that I did it. So that's how our logos have changed. So then just real quick in that same vein, we've had a few different thumbnails.
Oh, there's chat popping up. Wow, chat's going ham there.
Oh, bottom left. Okay. So YouTube, you can do a different thumbnail. You can do thumbnails a million different ways.
A million. There's a whole theory on just thumbnails in and of themselves.
And so our original thumbnail, it was just like a little box. This is from episode 1. If you guys.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
And then we upgraded our game a little bit, tried to get a little bit more information. And this is from when Cinephile Brad. Oh my gosh.
Justin.
From when Justin, my brain is so frazzled right now. From when Justin was first on, and we did a little bit of upgrading there. And then this is the one that you guys are going to recognize. That's what we've done for the last 50 or so episodes. And now this is the thumbnail that's going to go on Monday's video. Oh, crazy! So just trying new stuff. It has definitely come a ways since our very first one. And then, is there anything else? So that was basically it for that stuff. Just like looking at like the way that like the design has evolved and everything.
I love it. I absolutely love it because now
Oh, thank you, Adam. He says as someone who does graphic design, I really have always appreciated your logo. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
I know like one thing about graphic design, so I try my hardest to make it like clean and readable and just get the information across.
The funny thing to me is that like it's in your like right, you see it. Everybody sees it when they watch it. But you don't think about it. It's just something that just happens. Logos are just there and they make an imprint on you, which is just crazy. But I remember I was super excited when Chris showed me the 4th one. And that's why it was like, yeah, we were really that was
Ooh,
an
we
awesome
should have Ashley make
updated.
updated vinyls for us.
I just have to order the yellow. That's literally all I have to do.
I've got cricket paper at home. Star Wars cricket paper.
You're so funny, but we wanted to stick on something, right?
It's sticky.
You have sticky Star Wars cricket paper and you don't even own it. She doesn't even own a cricket. She's borrowing
Okay,
it.
no, my friend is she wants it back now, but
Good.
yeah.
Give it back.
Anyway, I've got sticky Star Wars paper, so
One thing that I wanted to try and get done for this episode, but I wasn't able to, is like I wanted to make some swag.
Oh
Because
yeah.
people have been
that'd be
asking for forever, and we're just bad at it. And it's just one of those things. Just like I just couldn't justify swallowing the cost.
Well, I know you know between the brand new mixer that allows us to take the phone calls, and then all the new cabling, and we didn't even technically have the equipment for the 4th angle. So that was another thing. You're gonna use a 4th angle, Chris.
This
Whether you
angle
put
brought to you by Jeremy's stuff that normally sits at his house.
but you're gonna find a use for a 4th angle, whether it's pointed at you or not. We're gonna incorporate that 4th angle from here on out.
And as far as swag goes, we could just go and buy some t-shirts from like Hobby Lobby and then give Ashley paper, like the paper for t-shirts and stuff, and have her do cutouts for us.
Definitely could.
They have everything for so. One of
Brad says there's always episode 200. I'm going to say it right now. I'm just going to come back. I'm going to pull this clip to be embarrassed for myself by. If we don't have a swag by episode 200,
Lord.
something bad will happen. I don't know. I'll eat a hot chip. How about that, Jeremy?
all right, that
Ooh
sounds
dang.
fair.
Ooh dang. Ooh dang.
What was I going to say? I forget. But like, because I was looking at like hats or t-shirts, just
Yeah.
basic stuff. Like, I try to make the logo as permutable as possible. So like, so it looks good in negative, it looks good in positive, it looks good in different colors. Like
Yep.
I've sent Jeremy 1,000 different
I
versions
love
of the logo.
the
and it
colors.
just looks good. You use that tritone one on Twitch
Yes,
where it's
I love it.
It's like yellow, pink, and blue.
I love it so much.
Nice.
I love the try. Yeah, it's so much fun. It's super cool.
Anyway, I didn't think we would talk so long about the logo, but I think it's time. Yeah, keep the brownie cam. We'll see.
People love it. People love it.
It's annoying. I mean, having to click an extra button to go to this.
Yeah,
And then it's like I got to try and use my peripheral vision to cut back to the main. I don't know.
that's when we need the intern.
Yes.
I don't trust an intern to touch my buttons. All right.
I'm waiting for a comment from Brad about that comment. About that saying.
All right, so I'm gonna replay the intro so we have a new intro for episode 100. So for those of you that normally jump in later, I'm just gonna play the intro that we have now.
Oh, it's dope.
I really like it. But then I'm gonna show you. So this is the same song that we've been using for 90% of our episodes, and I'll just play it now for you guys. So that is the current song that we've been using forever, and we're going to keep using it. That is our theme song to the podcast. But so keep that in mind. We're going to roll the first 2 minutes
Oh no!
of the
Oh
first
my gosh.
episode of the
Oh,
podcast.
no.
So this is with the original logo that we just talked about, and with the original theme music and Cringe Town, Jeremy and Kara.
Excellent time to go get coffee
Yeah.
and come back.
Pause the stream.
No, you're so
this
funny.
This is the thing that you don't want to miss, and it's also live on the internet. You just go find it.
Yeah.
All right, here
Lord.
is Jeremy and Kara from basically 2 years ago, and not.
Are we going to be able to hear it?
I don't think so.
Oh.
All right, and here it is, guys.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to fun stuff that we, haven't been really sticking to the podcast theme, but that's why we're here today. So,
This will be our first podcast for you guys. We're really excited just kind of talk about things that we like about Star Wars mostly.
for right now, that's like the hot thing this year. I've been telling Kara that this is the year of Star Wars. With all the movies that are gonna come out this year and the announcements that they've made.
Galaxy's Edge is opening up. There's going to be Vader Immortal. Just some of the things we're going to talk about today.
Disney Plus, the streaming
Disney
service,
Plus for
and all
sure.
the new shows.
Mandalorian. There's a lot coming out.
Well, let's do a little bit of a recap. What inspired us to do this podcast?
I think it was mostly our love for Star Wars, and then what really gave us a push was going to the Star Wars celebration.
I cannot believe how much fun I had at the Star Wars celebration. To just put it into my own words here. So the Star Wars celebration, we got there. Kara was dressed up the second day, but the first day we got a chance to just go around and see everything Star Wars related. We met 501st. 501st is just a group of people that dress up as Empire-themed characters from Star Wars. They had multiple booths there. They had a gun from Hoth and a couple snowtroopers running it. We got to fire that gun. They had an Ewok, the recreation of the Return of the Jedi set up there. They had
Palpatine's throne on the Death Star sitting there. And all of these sets that were there, people could interact with. So I was able, in my Ahsoka costume, I was able to actually go and sit in Palpatine's throne, which was kind of fun.
Yeah, it was like a photo booth. So
It
we could
was.
actually just sit there and take your pictures. And what was really fun was so Thursday, it wasn't really that busy. So the lines weren't that bad. We were able to get into a lot of the places pretty quickly.
And it was nice too. Jeremy and I wanted to get pictures together with some of the sets, and so there were 501st members there, and they actually took the picture for us. So it was really nice that it wasn't just Jeremy taking a picture of me and then me taking a picture of Jeremy. We could actually get pictures together too.
Oh,
Well, that was something.
hopefully you're in your kitchen. You can come back now from your coffee break. No, I'm just totally kidding.
Let's never
We-
air that
we had
again.
we had some chat come in during that. The chat was underneath that video layer, so that wasn't popping up. Brad says, I loved this music. It brings back a certain amount of nostalgia for me. What I ended up doing was that music ended up being the theme music for the non-podcast videos.
Oh,
So that's just sort of how I was sort of differentiated. So like for our Parlance, the Blue Border videos, that's the theme music for.
got it.
And then we used the new theme song to differentiate the podcast from it and everything.
That's right.
Adam says, that's a dope intro, missing a certain logo from 1984.
Right.
Speaking of openings, I do want to say that I've always thought it was a standout moment for the closing. He continues, I've always appreciated the kind way that Kara says, and may the force be with you. There's something really powerful about that two-person closing ending that way with heart.
Yeah,
Aw.
that's so nice.
Yeah.
I love we don't ever get this type of feedback. We say every video, comment what do you liked about the video.
Right.
Brad says, you guys are so tense.
Oh my gosh, I know.
Now you guys lay back in chairs just chilling.
Well, for crying out loud, I could hear what was coming through Chris's monitor, and I said, we are going to start a podcast.
It's our first podcast. I was
And
like,
then-
what does that even mean?
And then
Jerry?
it made me laugh super hard too, because I was like, and we're gonna talk about Star Wars. That's pretty big this year. It's like Star Wars is big every year.
Well, I know I've said this a million times, but we used to have a whiteboard, and like we would do research before the podcast, and we'd be like, we're talking about this, and this, and I'd have it all written down on the whiteboard, so we could go like, all right, now we're going to be talking about Galaxy's Edge, and now we're going to be talking about
Minecraft Earth.
exactly. It was just like very strict with what we were doing.
My favorite part was all the things that you talked about in the past are now things that are like old. Like nobody
yeah.
cares that Galaxy's Edge is open to the Disney Plus exists.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Oh,
Cringy.
Discovery Plus wasn't even a twinkle in the eye
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah.
Cam says for a first episode that was pretty good.
Oh, thank you.
Well, it's so funny
You're
too,
so
because
kind.
it's so funny.
Sheldon from Fun with Flags, stiff.
Yeah, that was exactly what it was.
Wait, what?
This is Sheldon.
Oh
with
my
Fun-
gosh,
Yeah.
yes.
Look at Karen getting all
Yes.
excited over there. But if you would have asked me at that time, we obviously put it out there. Like we put ourselves, we thought it was good.
Yeah.
You know? Oh, there was still a wall in the studio. You're like,
Yep.
oh, it was,
Poor Chris was rammed in the corner, just like
so much stuff has
Yeah,
changed from then.
look at how much space I have now, guys.
Like
he's
there's,
got. Yeah, he has basically our entire old room
Yep.
to himself.
He's got all
There's
stage
a bunch
one.
of gear and stuff back here. I wouldn't say that
That's-
all of it is.
okay. Well,
Oh, at some point Ryan could show off the Star Destroyer.
right.
People want to know where that went. Oh, Chris is gonna do it. He's gonna do it.
Ryan's like, get me out of here.
So you guys remember for many episodes. There it is.
Dun,
I
dun,
fixed
dun.
the engine too.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I did.
You can see all the gear back there. Oh, you can see Ron Weasley. Where is it? Right. There's Ron
It's the old
Weasley.
mixer, isn't it?
Yeah. So
Wait,
Ron
what-
Weasley used to be my partner. Now I have IG-11.
Where is he? Where's IG-11?
Oh, he's right here.
Oh, nice. Nice.
No,
Get-
Chris. That fourth angle really just adds. I love it. So at the last minute, Chris always yells at me for not having enough tripods. Then I bought his gimbal from him. And then I was like, what can I put Chris's camera angle on? He's going to say, I need another tripod. So I was
we
like,
do need another tripod.
I know we need like right now, if I could like snap my fingers for a reasonable amount of tripods, at the bare minimum, I want two more. At the bare minimum,
Yeah.
and not even one. We really need two more.
Yep.
And I could use, I could use three because then I can have one at home for
Okay,
home
well,
production.
didn't old Cranky come from a garbage?
Yes.
Yeah, so I got him from my roommate who got him from the trash at our college.
Okay, so here's what we need to do.
The
we
main
just
angle
need
the
to dump-
camera is sitting on right now is on a garbage tripod, but it's an amazing tripod we call
Yeah.
Old Cranky
we
Because it
need
cranks.
we need to dumpster dive that garbage
for more gear.
for more gear. I mean, who knows what they're throwing out? They could be throwing out amazing
I
things.
know a guy who
Come on.
does.
Dumpster dive?
Chip. No, not Chip.
Our son dumpster dives?
Derek. Derek dumpster dives. So there's a story we call. He said, like, he was just telling some casual story. And he said, yeah, and then, I went chipping on whatever night. That's why I got said chip. And so we're like he said it like everybody knows what chipping is. And so there's a Frito-Lay's manufacturer where he grew up. And they throw out all the stale chips. Like the bagged stale chips that like don't make it out or the whatever. And so there's just a dumpster with nothing else goes in there but bags of potato chips. So the kids go back there and jump in the
So
dumpster.
stale or just
Your-
expired?
David says your dad dumpster dives.
I know, well,
Okay,
yeah.
that's true.
He does.
That's true.
He doesn't
That's
dumpster dive. He just hooks a
Wait,
chain into
what-
the dumpster and brings it home.
When I saw the thing with Daryl and
Oh,
his...
thank you for the congrats, Finicky Mammal.
Oh, thank
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, hi, Finicky Mammal. I like to do a personal shout out. Chris, give me my angle. Hello, Finicky Mammal.
Oh, too late. It's mine now. Hello, Finicky Mammal.
We're glad you're here. Anyways, when I saw the storm window thing that Daryl did so people could play Digimon cards together, it reminded me of my dad. Because it's like my dad, anytime he can use something that he saved, he's super happy. So I don't know how, if
Because
Daryl
it
was happy
vindicates
about
the
it.
disease.
Oh, it does. But it came in handy. So. All right, what's next, Chris?
We only have a couple minutes left until it's Justin time.
Oh my
Dang.
goodness.
How fast has this gotten? It doesn't feel like we've been live for an hour.
No, this is by
Wait,
far.
we've been live for an hour?
Yeah.
Holy monkeys. Dang.
Yep.
Like,
I guess let's just do some trivia real quick here.
A couple minutes of trivia or two.
Yep. So this is the time I had allotted for it, so we should probably run through it. So I know that I had asked this of Jeremy, and maybe you guys remember this, but how many guests have appeared in the first 100 episodes?
I will take 14 for 500, Chris.
It was 14. Do you remember that?
Oh,
From
I
our
remember.
phone?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, from our phone call.
So
That was the whole. Does Wyatt or Adriana count as one or two?
So our very first guest, what episode number was it?
I don't even know this.
Let's see. Was Keith our first?
No, Bill. Bill.
Blasphemy.
Oh, Bill. Bill was our first. What? He was
8th or
probably-
10th?
I was gonna say 10, but
His first appearance was episode 9.
Oh my goodness! I said
And
8 and 10.
He came back on episode 10.
Yeah, he did.
He
because
was
we-
our first guest and our first guest that was on twice.
did we force him to come back on
Yes.
10?
His
Yes.
daughter wanted to come and see the
That's
podcast.
right. Mikkel. What? Yeah, it was Mikkel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who was our most recent guest?
Chance.
Yep.
Boom. Oh no! Can I take that back? Daryl. Daryl.
We can't
I
count
mean,
today.
technically.
Our most recent in studio guest.
Okay.
Which guest has made the most in studio appearances?
I said it earlier.
Yep, Keith has made the most appearances. Who's had to cancel the most potential
Justin.
appearances? Yes. Walmart 19 has nullified many potential encounters.
Yeah.
Who has appeared in the most videos for Rise of the Podcast? Not
Me.
of the three of us.
Oh, I was gonna say me.
I've been in every video.
But did you appear?
Oh, Kara
Snap.
is.
I make a vocal appearance. What
that
guest
would
has
be
appeared in the most episodes?
Keith.
Matt, because he did all those 3-minute Lego build challenges with us, and he did the games.
So when it comes to quantity, Matt's.
Matt has appeared in the most variety of videos.
I see.
Let's see here. We switched theme songs. The theme song that you just heard, we switched on episode 17. So the vast majority of the podcast has been with the new theme
new
song.
one.
We had a new logo on episode 55. And
Go ahead. Sorry.
what episode did Chip make his first appearance?
93. 89.
No, it would have
87.
been 87, yeah. Because I wasn't there for 86.
And that was the episode that we debuted our new set design with the shelves and the lights.
That's so cool. So no, what I was gonna say really quick is if you look at it, right? I've always loved. So there's two different types of way like businesses do business. Some like perfect product every year over time. They do like RBIs, they bat in runs, right?
Yep.
And some people go for grand slams. So let's say we have like a raw uncut diamond, right? And we've just been chiseling away, making it this beautiful cut. What stage are we at right now? So it must have been really rough when we started. We keep chipping away, making these small improvements. What do you think our diamond looks like right now?
I don't know, nowhere near polished yet.
Nowhere near polished. We got a lot of work to do. What are we gonna keep doing? We got phone calls now. That was a chip, running new cables and headphones, and then new chip backgrounds.
I want to replace the camera infrastructure with those A7Cs.
But
That's going to be a big chip.
is anybody gonna see a difference?
Oh, absolutely. I guarantee you, especially off the main angle.
really?
Yeah.
Crazy.
I when I'm editing this and stuff like that, it makes such a huge difference just cutting to one of the sides versus the main.
Crazy.
You know,
Just because of the sharpening that it does.
with the honeycomb foam.
Oh, yeah, the expensive stuff.
Yeah.
You're so funny.
You know how cool that'll look? Come on.
Chipping was not intentionally used as a pun, but I suppose it could be used as a pun.
I just love I said we're gonna make Chip go dumpster diving.
Well, I mean, he's small. He can reach into those hard to reach places.
Right?
That's true.
It'll be like Baby Yoda.
All
No,
right,
the
all right,
red
guys.
and the blue.
All right, guys.
Oh, it's happening.
I think it's happening, but
He's
he
not-
wants the FaceTime video. Should I FaceTime video?
Oh,
If he wants to, sure.
Hello. Okay, hold on now. Let's see. I've got to. How do I? Let's see.
You might have to switch over to audio for it to work. Technical difficulties, everybody.
Nope, I've got it. Totally got it. All right, Chris. He should be hot, Justin.
All right, I'm putting you live, so no swear words.
I hope.
Wait, don't swear. Alrighty.
Ah, there he is.
Okay, well, we don't have the ability for the guests to see you. So you.
Oh, no.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, how's it? I'll tell you what. Call me. Just call me. We'll do that. We'll do that.
Oh my gosh, hilarious.
Okay, bye.
Yeah. All right.
It's a little bit of a delay. That was it. From being just bad service was the only reason. Okay, we're on the phone now.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
The little bit of delay my phone has with the FaceTime, it was just a little too hard. That was all. I really like seeing you,
okay.
Justin.
Yeah, it was good
You
seeing
can
you.
see
It's
him
been too
every
long.
day on the Daily Cinephile on YouTube.
Oh, okay. I want to come back to that. Let's go. Come back to that.
Justin, I plugged too early.
Well, no, just eating coffee grounds and new computer, like new tech upgrade. All right, let's come back to that. Everybody, hi. We have Justin on. Say hi, Justin.
Yeah, hi everyone, and congrats on 100 episodes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And so,
Appreciate it.
all right. So, dude, Chris, what was the last episode Justin was on?
Oh, I
It
can
was
tell
many
you.
moons again. It was probably
71.
I just looked it up. It was episode 71, but the first episode was episode 34.
34.
So Justin was on the week after Daryl.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
maybe.
get vocal.
Get vocal.
I was gonna
Yep.
say because Daryl, I know he was like, yeah, you guys started hopping after episode 70.
Anyways, so since the last time we've seen you, Justin, the last time we seen you, what's going on in your life?
Well, basically, I started a new channel for daily videos,
Nice.
and so as you were kind of saying before, it's just doing random different things, and that it was just a way for me to be creative every day. Just wanted to maybe do a little more than just doing movie reviews or just I like talking about movies, but I was like, there's sometimes I think of really quick 1 second. Oh, I should do this for a video, and then I'm like, no one would watch, or it's kind of random, and then I'm like, I can make a whole channel of just randomness.
It is so awesome. You just reminded me of the one Saturday morning video that I watched. I mean, oh my goodness. Okay, so sorry, I'm excited. So Justin, you started the Daily Cinephile. How's your you have Cinephile Studios? That's where you started doing YouTube. Is that right?
Right. Yeah.
And that's grown a lot, hasn't it? Like really well.
Yeah. Well, you were talking earlier. There was like another channel that you follow that took about like 7 years, and I was kind of thinking of that. I started my YouTube channel in 2012, and really the first video that kind of blew up was only like a year ago, and even then it hasn't made it grow like a ton, but it definitely every year it grows more and more, and gets me excited. But it's definitely been a slow growth, but I'm into it. It's I was recently asked also to do this, like, I got a screener. It was for a very small company, a very small movie called Lava. Yeah. And not that, I mean, it wasn't like the biggest deal in the world, but it was just kind of cool to be reached out to. And it was like, hey, we got a screener for you. I'm like, that would be so cool to do that more often, to get like screener copies of movies and really do, talk about a movie before it's actually released.
That's the epitome of like cross collaboration too, because that audience, if you talk about it on your channel, you can, you're gonna expose their their movie or their video to your subscribers, and vice versa. You get a chance to, they're gonna say, hey, if you we've given it to this person, go check out Justin and see what he thought of our movie. If you want an idea, that is awesome, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super cool.
I was gonna say, wait a minute. So, like before, you were doing that trivia? Am I really the one who's done the most cancellations?
It's just one.
Because we kept trying to get you on, and it just wasn't working out.
Yeah, that's all.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, because I knew that one time I straight up canceled because, like, that entire week we had it planned. Like, slowly the country was like shutting down more. This was back in March of 2020, and I was finally like, maybe we just shouldn't because of the optics of it all, and things are actually getting pretty serious, and I don't know. And that was like the same week you started doing the Minecraft version of the show. And
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nope, I remember. And
Walmart ruined a bunch of things.
It's funny. So that week is burned very vividly in my memory. I remember those conversations, and then I think that actually you canceling is what inspired us to say, okay, maybe we shouldn't even be meeting in the studio then for us, because it wasn't too far after that. But okay, so yes, you had the most cancellations, and that bum you out.
I just thought it was funny.
Oh no, no, I totally wanted to be on. I also was messaging you because I was like, I'll show up. I want to show up again. I was just telling you like 2 weeks ago, but I was like, I don't want to take all the limelight for the 100th episode. I was like, how about after the 100th? But then you're like, you could call in. I'll call in. Yeah.
I know we were gonna see if we could try to squeeze you on before the 100th too, though, because we had 2 or 3 weeks there. But time goes by so fast. But we need to get you down here again. I know Chris just got his actual. Well, if you don't mind, you got a COVID shot today, Chris.
Oh yeah.
And then I've gotten one. So we're getting vaccinated here, and so hopefully we'll be able to meet again. And have you on. I would love that in-person one.
Yeah.
And actually, but it was but banning or whatever, putting Get Vocal aside. We still did you were like our only virtual appearance besides like Get Vocal.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool.
Yeah. No, I felt that my webcam setup was the highest quality ever because I actually used my actual camera. So I tried to make it look way more high quality than necessary, but I was like, it was worth it in the end.
Absolutely. So
that's our same mentality here.
That's great. Absolutely, that's for Chris. So have you watched? Yes, you did because you put it on your channel. You've seen the last Blockbuster. You did a review on it, did you not?
Oh yeah, I just kind of talked about it quickly. It's kind of hard to do reviews of documentaries in general, just because I don't know. I feel like I end up liking most documentaries because it's just interesting. It's interesting to hear people interested, and I like the last Blockbuster a lot. I did say in the video, the only thing I kind of didn't like was, and they kind of were going this way with it. They said, they were talking about the mom and pop shops and how Blockbuster kind of took away a lot of their business and a lot of mom and pops became Blockbusters. But I was like, it didn't seem like there was enough criticism towards Blockbuster. I'm guessing Blockbuster still kind of exists weirdly enough, and Dish owns them, and I'm guessing they had some kind of stake in the documentary.
For sure.
Because I was like, there's some criticism that could be thrown towards Blockbuster. On top of closing the mom and pop shop, they didn't always have the biggest selection of movies. I mean, I had Blockbuster in my life for probably only like 5 years, but I knew compared to the mom and pop shop we had in Floodwood, they didn't have nearly the same kind of movies, and I'm just talking about 80s stuff. They also had not many horror movies or movies that, had a little more violence or, other things like that. So,
yeah, they definitely had a tendency to try and have more family-friendly fare.
Right, and I felt like the documentary kind of glossed over a lot of that, where they were kind of more like, oh, Blockbuster, but they were more talking about just the nostalgia towards video stores in general. I think the best stuff in it was about the Bend, Oregon location. Like that kind of was, it was kind of nice that there was sort of a upswing, kind of like, I guess, I don't even know if it's a David and Goliath story, but it's just kind of cool that they've found their niche in the new market.
I can say this, it absolutely, can tell that you have a vast knowledge of movie reviews because that was a very professional, well-structured talking about that video because it's exactly it. Yeah, think of how many places that they did like four-sided. They didn't really paint him into a light, but yeah, the Blockbuster just kind of was the catch-all store for, hey, isn't video rentals really cool?
Right.
But the thing that stood out to me about watching the whole thing was, besides Blockbuster, you're the only other person I know personally that loves physical. You take the cake for owning physical media.
Blu-ray. I'm like, Blu-ray is kind of, to me, the record collection or like the vinyl collection of movie lovers because I think Blu-ray is pretty much the best way to see any movie. Doesn't have it always has good resolution. You don't have to worry about any of that digital compression or, it's a digital format, but it's also, it doesn't have the same kind of compression issues that streaming services have. And you also know what version of the movie you're seeing because, a lot of streaming services can kind of cut up a movie if they want or cut a scene out like Disney Plus. If you watch Splash on Disney Plus, there's a scene in that movie where the mermaid, you just see her butt real quick. Not a big thing. But in the Disney Plus version, they actually made her hair digitally longer to cover up the butt. Because,
I remember that.
That's not okay anymore. So it's like, oh, it's for kids. It's on a kid's streaming service. Better cover that up. And, not a big deal, but it's not like I need to see a butt. But it's just like, it's just weird that they have that control over what we're seeing. And I'm like, this isn't technically the same as the original version. You're George Lucasing the entire streaming service.
Right. And at least like George Lucas at least owned the rights. Like it's his movies. Who knew? Who
Right,
knows?
exactly.
Who modified these? And yeah, it just and little changes can make a big impact, a huge impact. I'll say
Real quick, Swanky Criminal wants to add in, if the internet goes out from someone building a fence and cutting your fiber cable, you don't have to worry about a Blu-ray going out on you.
That's true. That's true.
When we watched Game of Thrones, streamed it as it was coming out on HBO, because we didn't have it like through cable, we just watched it through the internet. The episode where
Starbucks Cup?
Yeah, not the Starbucks Cup, but the Night King attacks. There was a lot of night shots, and all of the blacks on screen were like 4-inch blocks of pixels, and it was like so bad because so many people were watching it. They had to like everybody was getting affected by it. It was unbelievable. You don't get that with Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Super cool. So you have an awesome movie collection. We won't hit on Cinephile Studios. I want to jump back to the Daily Cinephile. So we Chris and I and Kara, we all did shorts for a while. Then we did them like we'd shoot a multiples in a date and to have them go through the week because we're limited when we come down to our studio. What's it like trying to shoot a movie every day? Is it every day?
Oh, originally the plan was I was going to have a bunch ready, but that hasn't really happened yet. Plus, I think it's kind of the worst time to start a channel like that where do something interesting every day when, we're in the middle of still a lot of things shut down. Most of the country still kind of shut down, and it kind of limits doing anything. But I have a lot of plans written out, but for the most part, it's still like, all right, what should I do today? Sometimes it's like real easy because, like Fridays, if there's a new Marvel show out, I've been doing recaps of the episodes.
Yep. I love WandaVision.
Those are the only ones that I can't watch because I never watch the videos in time, or the movie, or the TV show in time.
But I gotta definitely. I wish I could have a bunch more plans so I could just post them as they happen. Because as of right now, I'm mostly doing it every day.
All right, really quick before we have to wrap up because it's already been so fast. I love having you on. What was your favorite daily you've shot so far?
Oh, my favorite one, probably I did a 30-minute long one where all I did was I had my new movies I bought throughout the week, and I put them on the shelf, and I showed everyone the time-consuming process of alphabetizing and putting them on the shelves. And it went on. It was just I didn't speed it up or anything. I just went 30 minutes long, showing how I added 10 movies to my shelves, and that one I think has the most views right now too. And people are like,
cool.
Yep, this is how it is. Like people who also collect are like, yep, this is how long it takes. This is how it. And I'm like, everyone's got to see this side of it. This is tedious, but as a collector, as a person who likes to organize, I actually enjoy it. But it takes that long for a few movies.
Awesome, man. And then last but not least, I've been losing my train of thought because it's audio only. So if you want to see Justin's stuff, he's the Cinephile Studios or the Daily Cinephile if you want to see your daily stuff. And then, Justin, we just love having you on. We can't wait to have you back in studio. Chris, you got anything else for Justin?
Man, thank you for agreeing to do this. And we got so much already going on in your life, and we definitely do want to have you back on in person because it's a blast.
Yeah, definitely. I want to be back. Whenever you guys decide to do the Back to the Future trilogy, for sure.
Heck yeah.
You ever talk about them or do anything about it, let's do Back to the Future.
Yes.
Yes, I'm 100%
absolutely.
in on that.
All right, man. We will talk to you later. Bye, Justin.
Yeah, congrats. Thanks.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Okay, who's next, Chris? Because it's coming, right?
Gabe.
Right at 8:15?
Yep.
Okay.
We're right up at, this is why I built in the buffers.
Yeah.
We got about 1 minute until Gabe's calling in. Brad said that Justin is so comfortable on air. Dude is a pro.
He's ridiculous. Like I said, I remember us sitting here last week talking about, the last blockbuster, and his real quick recap of it I was like, wow, you can tell he reviews stuff like totally, 100%. It was just well structured, well thought out, and valid points. Like, hey, this is a great movie about Blockbuster, but did you know they ran all these mom and pop stores out of business, and there was an aspect to that maybe shouldn't be celebrated. It's just super cool. Mm-hmm. All right. So just the logistics of getting someone to call in from Puerto Rico. I'm just checking in with Gabe right now. Their podcast may or may not still be going. I'm waiting for a reply.
Oh, we need to have some sort of weird podcast inception here where he's doing his podcast and ours at the same time.
All right. Chris, tell us some more facts or something while I'm getting a hold of Gabe.
All right, so real quick, so like I mentioned earlier, starting with episode 61 is when we started streaming regularly. There were 2 weeks where we did not do live episodes. What 2 weeks? What episode numbers did we not go live?
Oh gosh, I don't even know. I'm gonna go 67 and 79.
It was 63 and 69. So we went live 2 weeks, then we were off, we didn't go live. And then we did 6 weeks and then didn't go live, and then we've done 31 in a row.
Dang.
Chris, is the Bluetooth? Oh, yep. Okay, he's calling. He's calling. I believe. He's calling. We'll see. See if this works. We're all waiting. We're all waiting feverishly for Gabe to call in.
So for those of you who are doing the audio only podcast, why not go over to YouTube and check us out on video? We promise we're not hideous, ugly beasts, and we're pretty fun live too. So Saturday night, it's 7 p.m. Central.
Heck yeah.
I'm out of plugs. What do you got, Jeremy?
I'm just watching the phone. He said, well, I'm imagining it's a typo. He said marking now, but I'm assuming that's calling now. For typo.
Oh yeah. Okay. So I forget. We are on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. Brad suggests Twitch because he wants more company in the chat section there, I'm sure.
Should I just call him?
You can do whatever you want to do.
Wait, didn't your phone just ring? Or what was that?
Well,
Oh, okay. I don't know.
I'm trying to call him.
Oh.
All right, well, so we'll just continue to, re-shout out Cinephile Studios. It's youtube.com.
Oh, wait. Here we go.
Studios.
And then accept. Guys, hold on. Gabe? Hello? I hope he didn't try to answer my Discord call, guys. He called me while I was calling his Discord. Hello? Can you hear me? Okay, I can hear you here. Hold on. Let's go back to this. Can we hear him now? Oh, Chris, is he
Yes,
muted?
I can.
Oh, I can hear him.
There you
There's
are.
Gabe.
Hey.
Is he live?
Hello.
Yeah, he's live now.
Hey, Gabe.
Hello. What's up?
You made it awesome. How's it going?
It's going great. I had to log out of the podcast for a few minutes because, I let the guys know that I was going to log off, but I am here.
Dude.
Nice.
Oh, awesome. Okay, so this is our 100th episode, Gabe.
What?
This is our 100th episode.
Oh, congratulations, you guys. I'm honored to be here.
Yeah, and you are on live talking to us, voice. We got the ability to take call-ins now.
This is amazing.
Isn't
I
it
never
so?
expected this.
What's fun for me is that when you stream live, you invite me to come into your Discord server, and then I'm like talking while you're playing. But it is fun, it is really really fun. But to be able to actually have you call in is awesome.
I know. I mean, it's great. I'm always inviting you to our voice chat.
I know.
So,
I
I like the fact that you have learned from me.
Yes.
Yes.
For those of you who don't know, Gabe is a member of the Latin Operation Forces. They stream. They have a Facebook page. There's all sorts of really awesome media that you can go and check out.
We literally stole him from his podcast to jump on here for a couple minutes before you go back. I hopped on Twitch, Gabe, when I messaged you. I saw you guys were still going.
I literally ran away from the podcast today.
Well, thank you for taking the time off of the podcast to join us.
So I want to talk.
Anytime.
I want to talk about the first time we technically, and I'm air quoting here, met you, and you tuned in for our May 4th episode in our house. Thank you, man, for coming in and commenting and being a part of Rise the Podcast back then, because you inspired us to go live because we had so much fun chatting with you that
Oh,
night.
heck yeah. I think you're the reason we actually spent 2 hours on a podcast.
Yeah, that's the longest
that day
podcast we've done, I think.
I was actually pretty bored looking for things on Facebook Live, and you guys popped up out of nowhere, and I said, oh, let's see this. It said Rise of the Podcast, so in my mind, I automatically thought, this has to be Star Wars related, so I'm going to go in.
Yep.
Yes.
And that was the point. And since then, we've got to know you just through communication at first, and then through emails, and then through your Twitch and your stuff, and it has been awesome. How is streaming been going for you?
This past
2 weeks I've been out of the game for a bit because I've been so busy at work. I'm basically just get home, eat, play a few video games, and then just go to sleep.
Yeah, for sure. So, but you, what episode podcast are you guys on?
Today we are doing 5 and 6 because last Saturday we couldn't be on because literally all of us had something to do last Saturday.
Okay.
So that's why today if you notice, it's been a very long episode because we're trying to talk about everything that happened in the Mediaverse all these past 2 weeks.
Well, and so let's go ahead.
No, I was gonna say. I suppose the Winter Soldier came out last week, and then today was a new episode. So we haven't watched it, so no spoilers. But I'm assuming that's probably a lot for you guys to catch up on there.
What do you mean? I didn't catch that.
Oh, sorry. The Winter Soldier came out last week, right?
Yes, it did.
And
Actually, yes, it did last week.
Yeah, and then there was a new episode today or yesterday.
Yesterday.
So I guess there's a lot in that for you guys to catch up on. I haven't seen it. Jeremy hasn't seen it.
We're gonna watch it.
Yeah, I've heard it's amazing. But
all I'm gonna say is it is very good, and you're gonna love the interactions between Falcon and Bucky.
Yes,
good.
Nice.
And then we've all watched WandaVision, and what'd you think of that?
WandaVision started a bit slow, and then it picked up. And honestly, I would like to see Disney make more of that, but I know because of the MCU universe right now, it can't be done. But I really wish that they could have given us more of WandaVision, especially after that last episode.
right, the final scene of her in the cabin, like they leave it open for more.
Oh, definitely.
Major cliffhanger.
Exactly.
It's gonna reconnect somewhere.
It has to.
It's gonna reconnect in Doctor Strange into the multiverse of madness.
Really?
That's where WandaVision is going to connect. Yeah.
Ooh.
That's 2022 when that's coming out, right?
Yes.
Crazy.
If it doesn't get delayed, it's gonna be in 2022.
Yes. And then so how are the rest of you guys doing? How is Frankie?
Frankie he's doing very well. He's very excited because he's gonna be a dad soon.
Yep.
Yoshi and I have been keeping up a lot with the news on the page. I usually find something on Twitter and send it his way so he can post it. It's been fun. It's been a lot of work these 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yes. And I'm going to say today that, so Chris has been talking a lot about Valheim, and I've heard about it so much, and it's only on PC. So PC is the way to game, Gabe.
Yes, it is. In Valheim, the man that you need to talk to is Chimera because he's been in that game. Like, he's into it. Like, he even built a house for us in the game, and he's waiting for us to download the game to go play with him.
Dang.
Well, Chris plays it. I play it. We're going to get Kara to try to play it. We need to probably just do a big mashup on Valheim. That would be pretty cool.
That'd be sweet.
That's pretty cool.
I haven't played it yet because I've been playing a lot of Assetto Corsa. I mean, I'm into the sim racing world right now.
Oh, yeah.
And I even have my own rig set up with my steering wheel. And in the past 2 weeks, I've been doing a lot of sim racing and Assetto Corsa Competizione, which is the counterpart which only focuses on GT3, GT4 racing. So it's been fun.
Do you have a shifter, or do you have just a wheel right now?
Right now, since most of the cars I'm using, you only use pedal shifters.
Yep.
I didn't get the shifter, but yes, I have pedals and wheel and a rig to actually set it all up.
Does it
That's
have feedback?
awesome.
The feedback?
The feedback is amazing. It's a
Oh,
Logitech G923 wheel. It has True Force on it, and you can literally feel everything. Every
Dang.
bump on the road, every slip, every
That's
wet
awesome.
track. You can feel everything.
do you stream that, or will you stream that?
Well, so Brad has
I
said
will
that
be
he's getting
streaming-
really good at racing.
No way.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
Well,
Gabe.
Once he races me, then we can talk.
See, I think if I I like racing games just because I like the way cars look. I suck at racing games. But if I had set up like that where it's like, you know, kind of true to life how it actually feels, I feel I'd be a whole heck of a lot better.
Well, if you let yourself be confused by most of YouTubers that you do sim racing, you can spend nearly $10,000 on a rig.
Holy
But
dang.
if you're smart and you're like me, you go on Amazon and you go and you filter it low to high and you find some very good things for very good prices.
See?
Nice.
Dave's got it figured out.
I love it. I want to see you stream. Oh, go ahead, Chris.
Brad says he loves it when he curses in Spanish when he crashes.
Oh, so I think Brad's comment maybe been Brad watches you race. I bet you.
And you're
Yeah.
getting good.
And you're getting good, Gabe.
No, that's what I was saying. Is Brad says Gabe's getting
Oh,
good.
so Brad says you're getting good, Gabe. That's what he meant because he's been watching you.
Whenever I come from playing Forza with a controller, so making the switch from controller to steering wheel is a whole different ball game.
Oh, for
Because
sure.
everything feels different. You have to know when to turn, when to brake, when to accelerate out of the corner, when to take an apex. It's not like playing Forza Horizon 4 where you can just blast out of corners and crash everything in your path. No. Here in Assetto Corsa, if you crash, you're done.
That is so cool. Well, I'm
Dang.
going to go back and watch one of your old streams then. I can't wait for you to stream in the future. And then we got to wrap up, Gabe. Thank you so much for coming on. And then I am now craving to hop on another Discord voice. We'll have to get a time where we can all, you and Frankie and everybody, we can all get on a Discord voice chat together because I miss doing that with you guys.
Anytime. If you see us on, now if you notice our Discord channel, we did a lot of upgrades to it.
It looks
leveled it up.
great.
If you might see us on our admin page, but if you're online and you want to play something, you just let us know and we'll hop on one of the public servers and we'll play together.
Awesome.
Nice.
All right, Gabe. Thank you so much for taking time to call. We just love you so much, man. Have a good night, Gabe.
Anytime I'm here. If you need me to call more often, just let me know and I will be right here.
Oh,
Awesome. Perfect.
All right, dude. See you later.
Bye.
See you later. Bye, guys. Take care.
You too.
Oh, that is so cool. This is just nostalgia street. My heart can't handle all these emotions.
I mean, like that's the whole thing. We've done 100 episodes. The thing about how much stuff we've talked about, how much stuff we talk about that doesn't matter. But
Yeah, right?
Isn't that what most podcasts are? Just talk about
Well,
stuff.
yeah, I get so angry with other podcasts who think that they're all high and tidy because they talk about economics of the stock market. Or I mean, there's a podcast for everything, and
we're
there's a lot of
entertainment. We're not education.
No,
that's
we're,
for damn
right.
sure.
that's exactly it.
Yeah.
A lot of people listen to educational podcasts to learn. And the half of my podcasts that I have, I started off listening to were educational because I could learn while I was doing stuff. But
See, I'm a visual person. So for me to learn something, I need to see it. I can't just listen to it. So those podcasts would mean nothing to me.
well, Kara. All right, Chris, what do you got next on the docket?
Well, so Keith's going to be calling in just a moment, but I'm trying to find. There is something. Oh, here it is. So one last little bit of trivia. How many hours of podcasts
Oh
now
my
exist out in the
gosh.
universe?
Oh,
Not
man.
counting
So-
today.
So 99 episodes.
We'll just average them back to an hour apiece. 99 hours.
Oh, thank you, Tiffany.
Tiffany.
She says, "Love you guys. So proud of you and all you've
girl.
accomplished."
Oh, thanks.
1,100 hours. Gosh. Oh, so when Gabe was talking about how we found us randomly, Swanky on Twitch said the same thing. He just saw us randomly and decided to check us out.
Awesome.
Oh, nice.
173, 1,100. Any other guesses?
I'm gonna say 121.
And Jeremy, what did you say?
99.
101 hours and 31 minutes.
Oh, I was so close.
That's very close.
Because the first half was short and the second
Yeah.
half was long, so I just averaged it all out to be an
Average
hour
smart.
apiece.
Okay, fine.
But if we keep going, like you were talking about episode 200,
Yeah.
we're going to have to lean towards to an hour and a half.
Yeah, it's going to start dragging that average up more.
Yep.
Fine.
What is our shortest podcast?
22 minutes. Oh, this is
Keith.
Keith.
Is calling in.
Yep.
All right, Keith, you're going to be hot right off the bat.
Keith, can you hear us?
I can hear you. How you doing, Jeremy?
Hi.
Hey.
If it's not
Hey,
the
what's
guy
going
who's
on,
been on the
Kara,
podcast the
Brownie?
most, welcome back.
Thanks. Good to be here.
Okay, so I'll do a quick phone intro for you. I don't know why I'm doing this. We didn't plan this, but this is Keith. Keith is the creator of Gravedigger Days Halfway House, who's working on a second rendition and a book. So, Keith, tell us what's going on, man.
Well, first of all, you guys, 100 episodes, that's like crazy. Congratulations.
We're eligible for syndication. We just got to find somebody to buy it.
Yeah. Next stop, TNT.
Duluth CW has some open spots, I think.
No, that's amazing. I couldn't believe it. Like when Brownie first told me that you guys were doing your 100th episode, I was like, no freaking way. That is really cool.
It's crazy. The intro was so funny. He blasted Kara and I with confetti, just completely blasted us. So
Nice. Literally blasted.
It's absolutely crazy. So Chris has been doing some trivia. Do you want to just launch that on him really quick? Well, just the one. Keith, who's made the most appearances specifically on the podcast?
Oh God, is it me or maybe it's Matt Rasmussen?
It's you.
Oh my God.
So you've made the most appearances on the podcast, and Matt has actually been involved in more production with us. But yeah, you take the cake for podcast appearances.
Oh my goodness. So how many was I in?
4.
Was it 3? Oh, it's 4.
5
Holy
now.
cow, that's awesome.
Yep, because there was a week you filled in for me.
Oh, yep, that's right.
That's probably the outlier, maybe the one you weren't thinking of. That was the one that I
he was the
forgot
first
about.
call-in guest we ever had.
That's right. Oh yeah, that's right.
And also, like, the first episode that I actually came to the studio and did a sit-down with you guys, that was pretty early. I mean, I think it was probably in your first 20 episodes, right?
Yeah.
Oh, do you want to know which episode it was?
I do.
Actually, so Carrie, Jeremy, do you guys have a guess for which episode it was?
12. 14.
17.
16.
Oh,
I was gonna say 16, then I switched to 17.
Is that Price is
So
Right
Keith's
the
appearances.
closest without going over?
oh right, Kara loses. I
I
win.
did lose. Price is Right. Dang it.
He has appeared on episode 16, 32, 39, 67, and 100.
Dang.
Oh my God. And each one has been a
It's like
blast.
you don't have a life. No.
Jeez. So while we have you on, I saw you post the video of you shot with Matt and then the guy with the screwy drill bit thing, which was
Yeah, the
super.
first 9 minutes of the movie.
Oh, the first 9 minutes of the movie. So just, you want to give us a recap on what's going on with your project since you've last been on?
Yeah, for sure. So that gentleman you mentioned, his name is Sean Zarn. He's a really great local actor. And so what I did is I shot the wraparound, which is, the interstitial segments of the anthology film. And the short films for the anthology film are coming from all over the world. People submitted from, China and Ukraine and Germany and just everywhere. And so I'm going to take all these short films and the stuff I shot with Matt and Sean and create a feature-length anthology film. But as I put it together, I'm going to be releasing short bits of it as webisodes.
Oh, cool.
So that's the first thing that you guys saw that you post on Facebook. I believe it's 8 minutes long. And the whole project is called Gravedigger Days Anthology Festival.
That is so cool. I saw it come up and I watched the whole thing the second it came up and I was just blown away by how you stepped up your game from the last one. Like, it was unbelievably. The lighting was incredible. The shots were incredible. The acting, Matt really just shone in that one. It was unbelievable.
Tension between the two characters.
Oh, the tension.
I can't wait to see how that resolves.
I couldn't cut away. I literally couldn't cut away. So, you invoked those emotions in me when I watched it.
Oh, thanks a lot.
Oh, it's so good. I am so excited for that one. And then I can only imagine by being able to crowdsource out. I mean, I just imagine the cutaways are going to be, that's somebody else's hard work and pride and joy. So it's not like you're not wearing yourself too thin. You can take these.
Yeah. Exactly. And it's been really cool because, the stuff I'm getting is super high quality. A lot of it is, way better than anything that I know how to produce. And so we have all these, creepy paranormal tales told by people, different genders and ethnicities and geographical locations, and they're all telling these spooky stories. But there's a surprising amount of similar through lines, despite who's making the spooky story. So I think that I don't know, it's going to be an interesting viewing experience to be like, wow, people in Korea and California are kind of like have noticed similar things about the paranormal. So that's kind of where I'm going with the project, and I hope it connects with people.
That's so
Nice.
cool. And then just so talking about that specifically, I was telling this story to Wyatt and Adriana earlier that my friend Jarrett, who wants to be on but hasn't been yet, he was down at the Lego store in the Mall of America, and he was telling people about, oh, these guys, I know them, they make YouTube videos about Legos, and they wanted to see him. Then he said they also make a podcast, and the guy magneted to like the indie stuff that we've worked with. So like their movie and then your movie specifically, he like watched, and Jarrett told him to go check it out on Amazon Prime. So just to let you know, like there's people who are really interested in what you know that, but it's really cool that just how word of mouth spreads. It's just a neat little story, and that he got really excited when he saw your movie. So
That's really cool, and I'm sure you guys, like, having done 100 episodes, and you guys are like just killing it on Facebook and stuff like all the time. I'm sure word about what you guys are doing is similarly spreading through fan communities, right?
yeah, well, I couldn't believe when the newspaper reached out to us and did an article on us, and then Justin, it's really nice to see the local media like supporting and taking an interest in this market, I guess, because digital online production, if you're not like in a major studio or in network, just doesn't seem like it's a big deal for production. But production is just out there everywhere, right around us, and a small world. We had Chance on, who has a web series called The Lifties, and
I know Chance. He's
yeah,
great.
yeah, and so we're watching it, and of course Matt would be in it. Of course Matt's in it, and I absolutely lost it. How funny his part was, and it's like. And then I saw that Chris's roommate was DP for an episode or two, or a couple episodes, or is there? It's such a small market around here. It's unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's I don't know, that part about it makes it really fun. Because it's like, oh yeah, Chance and Kaylin and Matt Rasmussen. It's like we all kind of know each other. We're all kind of like, whenever I have a question about production, where I'm like, oh, how should I approach this one thing? I just start messaging people. And everyone's like, oh, yeah, I did that this way. And so it's a really great community. Brownie knows all about that. I call him like every other week, and I'm like, Brownie, what's this race mean?
I love it. Yeah, Chris gets calls. Radio people call Chris. I call Chris. Yeah, Chris is a good resource to have for sure. And then last but not least, so your book. Oh, Chris, go ahead.
Oh, that's to say, yeah, he's got a novel.
Oh, does Chris actually have pre-prepared assets for this? Oh, look at that.
Nice.
He did. He slapped it up on the screen for us.
Nice.
So,
I didn't mean to cover Kara with it.
That's
Which way do I
okay.
need to lean?
You can't lean enough. Sorry.
Oh.
Kara's like,
Where am I now?
he just covered me.
Oh.
He put it into my angle to cover me. Give us a quick minute summary of your book.
Yeah, so this is Red Betty and the Murder Farm. Betty is a gal who lives on a farm with her parents, and her parents cater to the criminal underworld, where any supervillain or terrorist or serial killer can go to the farm and conduct any business of their choosing for a hefty fee. And Betty has grown up on this farm, and she gets to a point where she says, enough is enough. I can't be complicit to evil for the rest of my life, and I need to change this place. So it's about her changing the business that her parents built. And it's really bloody and fun.
That's awesome.
Now, I've definitely talked to you about movies. Where have you wanted to write? You wrote this?
Yeah, I wrote it. I wrote it as a screenplay, and it's like a multi-million-dollar kind of thing, because there's car chases and explosions and a lot of gunfights and blood and stuff. And I'm like, I didn't want to pare it down to something I could shoot now, because it would lose a lot of the elements that really kind of jazzed me up about it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'll just write it down, because when you write a novel, all words are, cost the same amount. That's not true when you're writing a screenplay. So I'm like, I'm just going to write it down and just release it, and hopefully some people look at it.
That is the bane
awesome.
of my existence when it comes to making stuff. Chris and I have just absolutely awesome, epic ideas, and it's just like, we can't shoot that right now. Sorry. And it's such a bummer. But so yeah, you didn't want to just let it sit there and just not get used, right?
Exactly. I don't want to just like collect dust on my computer. I just want it out in the world, and then I can say goodbye to it and go on to the next thing.
That's super cool. That is so cool.
And can people get the book now, or when does it release?
It's I'm gonna put it out in late spring, so probably like mid-May.
Nice.
Awesome. That is so cool.
We'll probably have to get our own copy because it sounds like a book I'd like to read.
Well, I'll send it out to you guys. You guys can get it for free.
My
for having
question
me
is, are you
on.
going to do the author-read
Thanks.
version for Audible?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, I don't know. That's down the road. I don't know if people want to hear my voice. I guess you guys want to hear my voice because you let me call in, but
I can be like, and then he turned the corner.
Now, just make Chris read it.
yeah, I
There you
can
go.
have you do it, man. You're
Yeah,
way better than I am.
I was gonna say it's like when you volunteer somebody else to, like, where I work. So if I tell Kara to take out the trash, my boss would then make me to take out the trash because I like volunteered somebody else to do it. So since Chris is already shoving Audible down your throat, he can just be the one who
Right?
he can be the one who viols it.
If there's any
Oh, yeah,
screaming
Chris, you want
women,
it on
I will do the
Audible?
sound effects.
Oh, perfect.
At least you didn't say me. Jeremy can do it.
The
Screaming
The
women.
most high-pitched one's yeah. Jeremy.
You'll be like Gus and Psych.
Yeah. Anyways, so cool. So 100 episodes, and we need. You've been on the most. You got to maybe keep that streak. At some point in the future, we'd love to have you on again. Maybe after your movie comes out, that'd be maybe a good time, or before, right before, if you're free.
Yeah.
Make a stop down here at the
Yeah,
studio.
we're all
and-
vaccinated.
Yep.
Well, I'm getting that Moderna shot in like 2 days, so I'll see you guys sometime soon, hopefully.
Nice.
Awesome. All right, Keith.
Well, great to be here, guys. Congratulations. Seriously, it's a huge accomplishment. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a good
Thank
one.
you so much.
Bye.
You too. Bye.
Again, just the jarring. I hate hanging up. So, oh man, it's just jarring.
Well, so one of the things that I've been, because like imagine like on radio when you do all they do is call-ins, right?
Right.
So it's usually just like, hey caller, what's your question? Blah blah blah, and then they don't even say like goodbye or let them say goodbye. It's just hard cut.
I know.
And it's like, and I'm like, do I just like, yeah? And it's like, no. I have the button to stop him from making noise.
Chris's hard cut is letting me know it's time to wrap up by literally wrapping up. But, oh man, so I am so appreciative of the fact that what's it like trying to get Daryl knows, right? Get a group of people together to play a board game, or get a group of people together to do anything nowadays. The fact that we were able to have this many guests make their time slots for one night, Chris, this is insane.
It's all happened a lot more smoothly than I thought it would.
The least amount of rabbit trails ever for Rise of the Podcast.
All right. Well, so one thing that I do need to say is we are a Star Wars podcast, and as such, we should just talk about Star Wars occasionally. So why not go to the world's most unreliable source of Star Wars news, r/Star Wars Leaks, and see what is in the world of Star Wars this week. You didn't think it was going to happen, did you? But I totally slotted time for Star Wars Leaks.
I was
going
going
to
to say, Chris cannot help himself. He keeps us true to our script, our schedule
Yep.
that we do.
Hopefully there's some good stuff today. This week.
Well, see, we didn't do a Star Wars Leaks. We didn't do any. All we did was Blockbuster last week.
I was on fire. I was really into that documentary. I had to spoil it for everybody.
It's really good. Well, it's like
That's it,
Brad
yeah, you
said,
can't
it's
spoil
a
it.
documentary. You
Yeah,
can't spoil
the
it.
truth.
Yeah.
You can't handle the truth.
And the movie quotes, that was really fun last week.
So, and then there is one other thing that we're going to get to in this slot. Let me just make sure that I'm not cutting somebody off. Yep. So, we're going to do, I'm guessing no listener mail has come in.
Well, let me look. Let's take a look.
And while he's checking, but we're going to do that segment where we show you how a podcast is made. But first, Star Wars Leaks. That's a wild rumor. I'm not going to start with a wild rumor.
Nope, no listener mail.
All right. So an old friend of someone who lives in LA told, oh my gosh, why did I start reading this? Old friend who lives in LA, not a huge Star Wars fan, told someone who told me that he was an extra in the Book of Boba Fett.
Oh, cool. Great story, man.
Yeah.
A friend of a friend, yeah.
That made it into the 100th episode.
Wah, wah. You need to play them. Wah, wah.
Rumor was there was a Wookiee on the Andor set.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
What's Star Wars Edge of Balance? What's that?
Haven't heard of it.
Well, let's open this up and see what.
You could probably ask the Latin Operation Forces.
Oh,
They
it's a
would know.
comic. Okay.
Oh,
I got an
okay.
email recently saying my order for the Edge of Balance comic was changed from June to September.
Oh no.
Okay.
So comic delay.
That's a bummer. I would imagine that's something to do with Walmart.
Probably.
New images from behind the scenes of the Andor set in the UK. This shows a potential new type of vehicle and a large gathering of people and some stormtroopers. Interesting.
Nice.
Nothing else noteworthy, so that was a pretty quick Star Wars leaks. Not much going on.
No, that wild rumor. You can get the people are mad because the Lego Star Wars game was supposed to come out like the end of last year, and then
Yeah,
they
now
said
it's
there's
like
going to come
summer,
out
right?
this year, but there's technically been no release date. But they're saying it's getting closer because if you pre-order the special edition, you get a Lego minifig of Luke with a blue milk mustache.
Did you pre-order it?
Well, it's not out yet to pre-order.
Do it anyways.
Well, I'll just like with the confetti at the beginning. I'll just shove $60 in a tube and just shotgun it into the air, and hopefully the Telltale Groups or Telltale Games gets it and sends us Lego.
I like the plan.
You
I
like that?
The
You
plan.
like
That's a good
Yep.
plan. Oh, what do we got here? Some chat that I missed on. Let's see. David said, we gotta go back a little bit. David said, I'll listen to the book if it's on audio. Brad gets all of his news from Reddit. Screw CNN.
Yeah.
Gwen says it's nearly impossible to wrangle people these days, even digitally.
I can't believe this, by the way.
Brad says he was part of the Hammerhead gang. Okay. We got a link from Daryl if you guys want to check out All Hallows Eve or the Digimon trading card group. Click those links on Facebook. I never even know how to pronounce this guy's last name. Kevin Feige.
We have listener mail.
Oh my goodness. All right, let me run the graphic real quick, and then we do have another segment we need to get to.
Okay, I'll read this quick.
But here is a listener mail.
So, dear ROTP crew, this is from Cam, the man who sent us the glow-in-the-dark Lego, which is above my head.
Glow-in-the-dark Yoda.
I was going to say Lego. What?
I got the glow-in-the-dark right. All right. As a longtime lurker, due to listening to the podcast form of your show, I have found your witty banter and nerdy comments very enjoyable to listen to while working alone.
Aw.
Makes me feel as if they are in the room with you and very engaging. Sorry.
Don't paraphrase.
I have it makes one. I found your witty banter and nerdy comments very enjoyable to listen to while working alone. It makes me feel if I'm in the room with you, and it is very engaging. I have loved Star Wars ever since my parents first showed me the movies to my brother and myself. They are the first set of movies that I remember seeing, and I remember the amazement I had that the story being told and the amazing images I saw, the special effects I have never seen before in any movie. The stories you tell and your side quests bring the sense of amazement back to life. Thank you for revitalizing sci-fi, gaming, and nerdism in those like me who listen. And then,
That's awesome.
And then he sent us the token. He actually sent it to us. So yeah, that just came through.
That's
so,
awesome.
Nice.
Thank you. And that I wonder if there's a way. We'll try and find a way by the end of the stream to show the glowing Yoda, because the amount that it glows is ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
Maybe we'll just cut some lights or something. We'll figure it out. Anyway, for you guys, maybe you care, maybe you don't, but it's interesting enough to me that I decided to make a video out of it. We have how we make an episode of the podcast. So for the episode 99, I recorded what my process is and what we go through in a day to bring you a podcast on Saturday nights. So we're going to roll that now. It's about 4 minutes long, and we'll see you on the other side. All right, everybody, and welcome. It is about 4 o'clock in the afternoon when it's about time to start heading down to the studio. Here I am, opening up my car, as you need to do. Toss the camera bag in. Let's do a time lapse. How about? And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to that wonderful phenomenon in Duluth we like to call road construction. Normally we're buzzing along at about 55, 60 miles an hour through this part, but as you can see right now, we are going basically 0. So if you don't leave about 20 hours ahead of time to get anywhere you're going around here, you're just not gonna get anywhere. I thought you guys would appreciate seeing this. We'll go back to the time lapse now and hopefully get to the station studio in just a moment. All right, the journey continues to the studio. Even with the slight hiccup with the traffic, it takes about 35 minutes to get there. You see some of the beautiful expanses of I-35 coming into Cloquet here. And here we are at the studio, Rise the Podcast. Let's go ahead and get everything set up to run. First thing you gotta do, fire up the lights. I'm sure this is a familiar looking sight to you, if not with a lot more extraneous cables and equipment. There's my lovely assistant Jeremy turning on the tall lights. Gotta get it done. And then the LEDs come on. So fancy. All right, fire up the camera. We're going to start off by doing a Lego video today before the podcast. Got a double dip. And this is about 7 minutes condensed into 15 seconds. And that's how we do a Lego video. Now we just need to do like 3 more of those.
Okay, so that one's done.
All right, we've wrapped up with a podcast for the day. Go ahead and grab the SD card with a show on it, bring it home, and go ahead and start the editorial process. As you can see, it's about 9:49 at night. We wrap the podcast at about 8:30. There's some travel time and some other stuff going on until we can start working on the show. Okay, now the show's downloaded. We're going to go ahead and open up my favorite editing software, Premiere, and get all our project management dealt with here. Unique name, Podcast 99, I know. It takes a lot of thought to come up with the names like that. And then it's a pretty quick process once we have it in the can. You just go ahead and find the beginning of the show, cut it there, do a slight adjustment, and then go to the end of the show, cut off all the extraneous stuff at the end, and then we're just going to do a little bit of audio sweetening to make it sound extra perfect for the people who listen on iTunes or other audio-only places. And we've got an automated process developed, so it only takes a couple of minutes, and it's just a click of a button for me. And then once all that is done going through, I just play back real quick, make sure it sounds good, run it back in, and start exporting the show for its Monday release. So there's the video version of it. Now we're just going to export the MP3 version for the iTunes, and we're going to start rendering this bad boy out. Keep an eye on the clock as this happens here. We're going at about a minute a second right now on export. This is probably the longest part of making the show, is doing the export and the upload. While this is happening, though, I'm going to work on the thumbnail. So open up Photoshop. It's about Blockbuster, so we go to the thing, correct the things to make them look right, lay it out all nice, thumbnail's done, do some fancy stuff over on our channel, and just continue waiting out the clock on our export. Any second now. All right, now our stuff's all exported. We'll go ahead and gonna upload it straight to YouTube. Toss our thumbnail on there so that it'll be all ready to go. And now we're gonna kick her into hyperdrive and watch as the minutes go flying by. It's just a giant file, that's all there is to it. And then go ahead and title it, drop in a bit of a description, make sure that everything's all right on it, do the final YouTube-y straightening out bits. And that is pretty much it. It's 12:30 in the morning, and we started about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It's a long day, but we're wrapping it up now, and we will see you back in the studio for more of today's 100th episode. Hey, welcome back. Just like I said, we're here.
Oh, man. So that's the type of thing, if you guys want to see more of something like that, let us know, and we can do snippets of like what we do when we're not doing this. But, Chris, that was really cool of you to put together.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and it doesn't necessarily need to be a behind-the-scenes thing or whatever. If you guys want a full studio tour, you already basically got it.
Yeah, seriously. But, that is between your view and our view. There you go. It's a studio.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, literally, what you can see that way, and then go over this. This is the studio. This is the whole thing. There's, like, 2 feet going that way.
Yep. You haven't cut to Brownie Cam in a while.
Yeah, I haven't. Well, we've been doing phone calls.
Crazy.
So, but, like, we've thought about doing stuff like, you know, like a quick trip up the North Shore or whatever, just, like, interesting, maybe stuff like when, like, little Kara cosplay build segments or something. Not, like, a full thing, but, like, here's how I do a belt or gloves. I remember you specifically had trouble with some gloves or whatever, so.
Gloves are the bane of my existence.
Here's me standing on my motorcycle seat with no hands eating a flaming hot death nacho.
Your dad?
Yeah, right.
So Adam says, I might need that batch process for audio sweetening. So there's a...
Oh, yeah.
You can record your actions inside of Audition and then play it back.
So like a macro, right?
Yeah, it's just like, so all I do is, and then you can just save it as a name. So I have it saved as VO Procedure 1. So, and it's amplify, hard limit, a parametric equalizer, another hard limit, and then another parametric equalizer, and then another hard limit. And then I save it and export it.
And that's where we get the sweet audio version.
That guitar is worth like $90. You should not feel bad. I want to convert that guitar into a Guitar Hero guitar. So in my car, that guitar has been in the backseat of my car for 3 years.
It would be cool to do that skit or that thing.
So, and maybe that's a video of me converting that guitar. It's a really crappy like Squire Bullet or something. I don't even know what it is.
Did I ever tell you about a guy he posted? I'm on the Rock Band Reddit now, and there's a Reddit for everything. I'm on the Rock Band one, and a guy posted a picture. Apparently, Landshark, the beer company, made 4. That's it, 4 Landshark Guitar Hero guitars or Rock Band guitars. There's only 4 in existence, and a guy got one at like a Goodwill or something. And it's a real one, and he picked it up secondhand, and the thing goes for like $10,000 because they only made 4 of them.
That's cool.
But it was like brand new, never really played or anything, and yeah, Landshark, and it looks cool. It's got like so their logo is like blue with yellow like waves. It's outlined. The highlights are in yellow, and everything else is blue. So it's like a kind of like a shark half jumping out of the water, and so yeah, it like jumps up, and then the neck comes out of like where the guitars or the shark's mouth.
I feel that ended up in Goodwill because a mom cleaned out her son's room after he left for college.
Yeah, I'm sure. He's
Probably.
absolutely just gutted.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, so yeah, just going back through some chat during that video, and we're a couple minutes away from Matt calling in. Brad commented, "My lovely assistant."
Yeah, yes. You mean Brad calling in?
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
It's Brad.
Yeah.
Brad.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I had emailed him earlier in the week, and then I got back right away. He got back to me right away, but I only sent him the schedule yesterday or my phone number and saying, here's who you call. And so hopefully he calls. I don't know. He's watching.
And then Brad said, I was thinking there would be hair and makeup.
Yeah.
That happens for Kara at their house.
Yep, just me.
I always tell Chris what time I'm going to get down here, and it's not always Kara. It's never Kara's fault. Only a little bit Kara's fault, but it's her hair and makeup. So Kara has the Chipotle makeup palette.
I do.
What'd you go with tonight?
Sour cream and avocado.
Those are real colors.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's supposed to actually like Chipotle the restaurant?
Well, it's like,
they get a collab.
So it's not. There's no sour cream and avocado. It's guacamole.
Oh, so there's guacamole.
There's like corn salsa. There's guacamole. There's lettuce. There's.
I was making jokes and it turned out to be real.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
There's the meats. There's con carne.
There's there's carne. There's salsa. There's.
You just reminded me I didn't do my Duolingo yet today.
Con carne with meat. But yeah, no, Kara does her makeup at home.
Yeah.
And always
Today
just,
I used Urban Decay Wild West.
And I noticed, I looked at the counter and I was like, that's a new makeup palette. And she's like, so what if it is? Like,
Okay, I've got Ulta points. I used Ulta points to buy it, so sue me.
and then I said, oh, you didn't tell me. And she's like, whenever you buy anything, I get burned, you get burned.
It's true. So I buy something, and Jeremy gets mad, and then he'll get an order in the mail for like $200, and I'm like,
It's for the podcast.
see, that's his excuse every
The
time.
makeup's for the podcast, too.
Yeah, see, the makeup's for the podcast.
Technically, yes, it is. Yeah.
Ryan says, what's the guacamole extra?
Look at this. So they did a mashup, right? And you're supposed to get a coupon for free chips and salsa, and I didn't get it.
Ugh, I would walk in there and demand it.
Yeah, I want my free chips and salsa. That's all I want.
Jeremy will come in with my eyeshadow palette, be like, I got the eyeshadow palette, but I didn't get my coupon.
Where's my chips and salsa?
But they're gonna look at me. They're like, "You bought an eyeshadow palette?" And I'm like, yeah, it's Chipotle. Of course, I want to put
It's
like
2020, yo.
just meat colors all over my face.
It's almost time.
It is almost time.
Almost 9 o'clock.
I'm not.
The walrus said.
The time has come. The walrus said, for a great many things.
To
Glenn
speak
says
of many things.
Chipotle chips are good.
They are good. They're good. Oh my goodness, everybody! Oh, there it is, California. It is on the screen. All right, hold on. Here we go. Hold on. I gotta do this.
What
Oh no!
What
hold
did you
on.
do? What did you do?
Did you hang up
break
on
it?
him?
No, I didn't hang up on him. Hold on, Brad. It's Bluetooth's not connected.
Oh, seriously?
Oh, hold on, Brad. Brad, can you hear me?
sure can. Hey.
Oh my goodness, hold
Oh
on.
my gosh.
Hold
Of
on.
course it breaks. We need to fix our Bluetooth.
Oh man. Can I call you back? I'll call you back, I swear. All right, bye. Oh, what is going
What
on?
a fail.
What a fail. Why does it have to quit? What is it, timeout after 2 hours?
Right?
All right, do you want me to just hit the thing for connect?
Ooh. Nope, don't hit that. Don't hit that. Did you unhit it?
Yeah, I unhit it. It asked me if I want to, so I have a
Unhit it, Chris.
I am so frustrated right now. That is ridiculous.
I know, like, we've never actually talked to Brad except for email and chats. Like, come on.
Hold on. I'm coming close. I don't know. This shouldn't matter, but I'm just...
No, Bluetooth is the worst NFC connection.
That was funny. As Jeremy walked through, there were pieces of confetti that just flew everywhere.
I hate Bluetooth so much.
It's connected.
The moment Jeremy sits down, it's going to go away.
Like, this is 10 feet. How does Bluetooth not work over 10 feet?
Now you're not going to believe this. It went to voicemail.
When you called him?
Yeah, and I called him.
He said he got voicemail.
Oh, wait, it's ringing.
Hello?
Hi!
Brad, you are live on the episode, man.
I was like, fine. I was like, fine. I'll just cancel so that Justin's not the only one.
Yes.
What are the odds? It's been working fine all night,
Right,
and then
and
your
then-
phone call comes through, and
Yep.
it doesn't have the option for me to just cast it to the road. Well, Brad, hello. This is okay, everybody. This is Brad, BRD11 on YouTube. How's it going?
Good, man. I absolutely love you guys, man. It's been fun watching you guys' journey. I can't believe you made it to 100 episodes. I hope with me coming on, it doesn't make it your last.
Oh gosh, no.
No.
Yeah,
I might get you canceled.
No,
You should run it. You should run a disclaimer. The views and opinions of Brad are Brad alone, and not Rise of the Podcast.
The following opinions are not endorsed by Rise. No, I'm just kidding. I can't believe. I'm so glad you're able to call in. We were just talking a couple minutes ago about how how hard it is to coordinate everybody, and the fact everyone was willing to call in tonight. But I mean, come on, man. You've been there since day one.
Pretty much. The filter on YouTube, because I used to listen to podcasts all the time, music and podcasts at work. And, you start running out after a while because a lot of people don't do daily stuff. So I went in there and I put in the filter for like recent. And I think it was within a day. You guys had posted your first video and I decided to check it. It took me a while before I commented, but it was within 24 hours, I'm assuming, because you fell within the day filter.
That's insane. That is so. To put a voice to your username, and like I said, I've got all these stories of when you wouldn't comment for a while.
Oh,
You'd,
Jeremy
like,
would
binge
go
watch.
into depression. He'd be like, BRD hasn't commented in like a month.
You must hate us now. What did we do wrong?
Well, and it was so like, let's see, you watch a YouTuber, right? And then they like do the whole little subscribe thing, and somebody subscribes to you. But it amazes me, like we've got 320 some subs, right? How many people just like don't comment? Even like the live we get tons. The live we get tons now. But
It's not from the lack of you asking, Jeremy. That's for sure.
that explains listener mail. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, the sad comments, and then when I didn't reply for a while, all the drama from Kara, like, oh my God, Brad, if you only knew.
I know. And so the thing I hate about you, like I love YouTube, but the thing I hate about it is a majority is a one-way street. It's us blasting you guys, and the viewers. And I love that's by going live, we get that feedback back. But Unbreakable, like, I want to talk to these people who watch our Lego videos. Like, I want to be able to interact. I want to post updates like, hey, we're still here. We want to, like I really want that engagement. We'll make stuff like you like saw the studio. We care about like making these videos. You saw did you like Chris's little how it's made video?
Dude, that's one of the things that drew me to you guys after a minute, especially the Lego. Like Brownie, dude, you're so talented, man. The amount of work that you guys probably put in just coming up with ideas, let alone the prep and everything, but the actual like finished product, what it takes to get there. I totally see it. Like the B-roll, like I love the sand crawler. When you got to that one, like you're zooming through the middle of I was like, I watched that probably like 10 times, and I'm like, this is amazing. Like I was just so happy for you guys to be kind of making that leap.
Awesome. That is such an awesome compliment. And Chris needs to hear it because he puts so much heart and soul in. Chris did all the confetti at the beginning of this episode, the dial-ins. Chris is always putting stuff. The candy on the Halloween episode, like getting all that candy and everything was so entirely cool. I love that you specifically call it the B-roll because when we did the Tantive build and Chris sent me that the first time, that was the first time I thought to myself, like, for lack of a better term, we've made it. Like Chris had output a video that I'd only ever I'd seen other people on YouTube make, and I felt like we had finally reached the quality of where I want to be. And then that was then, and look where we've come to now, even.
Well, I'm a sucker for time lapse.
Oh,
so you guys had me hooked when you started doing all that kind of stuff.
It's so much. There's so much like Chris wants to. Oh, the time lapses is crazy. So I put a video together, or a thing together when a lot of the time lapses start. One time lapse you had almost a terabyte. You compressed down.
A lot of them come in really close to a terabyte.
Yeah, and because of just all the stills that get shot and everything, and just watching like that process evolve. Like we had the front tripod legs sitting on the table we were building until Chris came up with like the C-stand and like the GoPro. And then he was going to use a GoPro tonight, but we have a GoPro 7 we use for the Lego builds, and I have a GoPro 9. And the GoPro 9, Brad, you can't hook up via HDMI to the recorder without a media mod. But in the 7, it's native and built in. So Chris was like, why does GoPro have to suck? So yeah, there's the rig. Oh, it's on the screen. Yeah, there's the 10-second delay, but Chris just switched the camera. Go ahead.
Yeah, I can imagine the amount of money that starts to pile up with all the equipment. Even though I'm sure Brownie loves an excuse to buy something new to play with, but
absolutely.
But just to getting everything to work together, that's kind of where I start pulling my hair out. Where when things like that start happening, then I immediately jump to YouTube to try and figure it out.
So it's because you brought that up specifically, when we got to do the live, right? So Chris is like, we were doing the ones and then we're going to go live, and we did the live. And so he laid out this plan. He's going to buy this Atomos, and we're going to align in the cameras, and we get the cameras, and it's like, it was a lot of money. So a lot of the gear we've accumulated like the past 10 years, and then like we'll go in like spurts, right? We'll get some upgrades. And so yeah, when we got the mixer, we found out, well, you can't just plug in any camera and have them all pop up on the mixer where, how he switches angles. They have to be synced with their frame rate. They have to be like synced with their, so there's the there's a P and I, progressive and interlace, and then there's the shutter speed.
Lots of technical jargon.
Anyways, he's got to sync all that. We run into the Bluetooth when you called, Brad. The Bluetooth when you called,
Well, if you could figure out that board game you were playing the other week, then you could easily figure out all these electronics. I was so lost I actually left. I went and ran an errand and got something to eat, and I came back, and I was, I tried to, figure out where you guys were at, and I think I asked who was winning. And then at the end, I'm like, oh, okay, there is no winner.
Oh, yeah, no, everybody's a winner. That's the modern, yeah, right. But I love it. Have you ever played the PC version of the game?
Well, I looked at it, and then I was just like, I don't know, maybe I'll get on the iPad and play it. But they want like, see, that's the thing, when they automatically charge you money for it, like, give me the free version to see if I like it, and then I'll decide.
Yeah,
right.
there's a paid version.
What happened to shareware?
Yeah, right. There's a free version. There's no free version. There is a paid version on the iPad or whatever. But it's just a fun, relaxing game. When I come home from stressful days, that's the game I go to. But Chris got me totally pulled into Valheim here. That's what he's got me going with.
Oh yeah, you guys are playing that. I love the open world style games.
Oh, they're so much fun.
That's the best stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. So another thing too is you had mentioned in one that you would take us to find Dole Whip. Is Disneyland?
You're so obsessed with this Dole
Whip. Is
Disneyland
open?
Look, guys. There's rules. There's rules for Disneyland. All right. You got to get it at the right time, and there's a perfect ride to have your Dole Whip on. So
no way.
I got you. I got you.
Is it open yet?
No. Pretty soon, I think. Like the theaters just opened.
this past Friday. So it's going to be a little bit of a slow roll. I think because the amount of people that are going to come in, and if they do it, it's probably going to be a slow opening. I don't know what the right word would be, where they have, a certain amount of people only. Like they do that sometimes already.
Yeah.
For like in the morning, like early. Certain people can get in a little bit early.
Yes.
Maybe they do something like that the entire day because I mean, clearly you guys have been there.
Right.
It's impossible to stand in line there without being back to back to back, especially if you're during certain parts of the year. So it probably doesn't make the most sense for a while.
Well, we want to come out and see you. We really do. We want to come out there. We would have been there. Would you have met up with us in August of last year if Walmart hadn't happened? Would you have meet up with us?
Of course, of course.
Wouldn't that have been fun?
Yeah. Dude, you guys are well. You are absolutely welcome. Look forward to it. Absolutely.
And then we have to. If you haven't been there yet, we have to. Well, maybe take you to Clive's Hot Chicken.
He doesn't like spicy food.
That's right.
You can oh, geez.
Yeah, what's the original recipe, Carol? Was yours spicy?
I mean, the original was fine. It could have used a little more flavor, but it wasn't spicy. So, Brad, you and I can get the original, just kind of bland chicken sandwich.
You do not want to see me eat spicy food. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's not fun to look at.
You guys,
it's like I'm telling you, snot bubbles and rolling down my. I turn red. There's a place out here, a burrito spot that everybody goes to, and it's pretty famous. And you got to drive there, and most of the guys there don't speak English. And I went with people at work, and they told them to give me the super hot sauce, and I didn't know any better. And because they know what I was, and I'm sitting there eating it, and about 30 seconds into it, gushing, like literally gushing. I had to go get napkins. Like I took the whole dispenser off the counter. They were like, "Oh, please only take." I was like, "You see me right now? like I need do it. I need these, or you're going to be cleaning up after I leave." But it was so bad. But people love to play jokes on me like that and give me the hot stuff.
Oh, man, that is so cool. Well, before we wrap up, would you ever be, and I don't want to put you on the spot, you can email me or whatever after the fact, but would be fun to have you actually as a guest on at least like a half hour or longer phone call. Would you ever be willing to come back as like a call-in guest?
Sure, absolutely.
That would be...
this way Brownie can't take liberties and misquote me.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I just don't read the quotes all the way through before I start saying stuff.
And then I have to tell you, too, just your response to me reaching out to you, just so everybody knows, because nobody on air knows. When I wrote Brad and asked him if he wanted to be on, I didn't want to give him all the, like, I just said, "You want to be on?" And he goes, "Yeah, are we going to use a can and a tin string and a can here or whatever?" And it made me laugh. It made Chris laugh. And as you saw that one time, Chris burst out last week, and I said, "Oh, that must be Brad." You just have that effect on Chris. So thank you just so much for supporting us. Again, with the action figures are on display here, and they're going to be used in a variety of capacity.
Heck yeah.
Enjoy them. Bring them back to life, guys.
For sure. So anything else before we say goodbye?
May the force be with you.
All right.
And with you.
Oh, awesome.
Bye, man.
Bye.
I don't want to hang up. That was awesome. That was unbelievable.
Man.
What? Okay.
Legend.
The only thing I can say is when you I read a book, right? And so this for me, for whatever reason, when I read Harry Potter, Ron Weasley specifically sound like the lead singer from is it Everclear, who sang "Wonderful." Everything is wonderful now. I just pictured Ron Weasley sounding like that. Okay. Then when I actually heard,
I'm Ron Weasley.
Yeah, it just did not match. Brad sounded like I thought he would. I don't know. It just felt natural.
Sounds like we thought he did.
It feels. I guess a better way to say it is it feels like it wasn't the first time we've ever talked to him on the phone.
Oh yeah.
I guess. I don't know. It feels like I've known the guy forever.
Well, I mean, technically, we've known him for 2 years.
That was awesome. Brad, thank you so much for taking time to call. We, you know what we really needed to do,
We're
Chris?
away from another call too.
We are.
I thought 10 minutes was like a long time for people to talk.
No, not enough time.
Definitely for 30-minute chunks.
Hello.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, so I'm going to introduce you. Hello, everybody. This is Matt. Matt.
Hey.
Say hello. Well, you just said hello.
Hello, everybody. Hello. This is
All
Matt
right.
Rasmussen in the house.
Oh, so Matt, we first had you on. Keith has had the most podcast appearances, but you have had the most production with us. How's it going, man?
Really good, man. I'm just like super. Like I went back and looked over like the videos of us building those Legos and just reveling in that awesomeness. Yeah, I'm getting ready for Walmart to be over. That's for sure.
Amen to that.
Yes. When I saw Keith's, new 9-minute first part of the movie, your acting is absolutely incredibly awesome. It was so hard for me. I was so afraid, and you can't spoil it. I don't want anything to happen to you. So you're the host. So Matt's the host in Gravedigger Dave's halfway house.
He's the Gravedigger Dave.
He's the Gravedigger Dave. People come and they aren't quite ready to leave the spirit world. Is that the right way to say it? I guess.
I'd say so, yeah.
And then
I just want to chill out for a bit.
they interact with you before they move on, right?
Yeah, and he kind of helps push them in the right direction if they don't know where to go.
So in the new movie, somebody's challenging you. Is that right?
Yes. Oh my God. This is one for the record book. Yeah. This is.
I have to say, I was not in the right. I was at work when I saw it. I was not in the right spot. Like, I should not have watched it at the time I was watching it, but I could not stop watching it because I was like, "Oh no, you did not step on my boy Matt. He is Gravedigger Dave. Nothing can happen to you." Could you imagine the new person like taking over and then like taking over that role? It's like, no. Okay, there's so much tension there. Just unreal.
Oh man, yeah, I love this story so much. Everyone deserves a good Joker, a good arch nemesis.
Absolutely, you got one. You have an arch nemesis now.
I don't even know what to say about it. I'm jazzed that this is where this is going.
This person, it just the concept of like, if watching the first movie, the concept of somebody wanting to like replace you as that halfway person and send you on, and just the dialogue that was written, like you're halfway to somewhere and then somewhere to nowhere. Just the whole, I can't even quote it from memory, but that whole, it was just really, really good. It was really, really good, Matt.
Yeah, Keith is like, he's a master at all of that dialogue. Like I could tell that there are many specific little points that he wanted to put in there. And the halfway speech, we're halfway to somewhere.
But absolutely.
Your paper shall tell me where. Yeah.
And then we've been friends on Facebook now since before you came down here, and I got to see your acting reel you put together.
Oh, sweet. What'd you think? Would you hire me?
Of course I would. Absolutely. Here's what I can't believe. When did you ever think you would actually have this many, like, look at all the things you've done. Did you ever think you would do all this stuff?
Never, yeah. And like, I never sought out any of these things either. They just sought me out. And then when the time came to put a fun little thing together, like, it wasn't even hard to just pull stuff together. It was pretty cool little process.
So, and we had Chance on, and here we are. Chris tells me about Chance, and he wants to come on, and we're going to do, so I want to watch the lifties. So I sat down to watch the lifties. I got Chip in my hand. I'm taking care of him. And all of a sudden, Carrot yells from upstairs, "Is that Matt on the TV?" I'm like, that is Matt in the lifties. He's everywhere. It was so cool. And your performance in that one, absolutely mind-bogglingly epic. Super good, Matt.
Oh, thank you, man. Like, there were one or two ways I could have done that. I was like, it could have been a stereotypical shaggy type stoner who's just mellowed out, or the exact opposite of a guy that's so high strung that nothing will mellow him out at all. And so I figured that would be the way to go.
I love it. One of the times we were on, we talked about the Ecto Cooler video you're working on. How is that coming?
Oh man, that's going well. I've got a trailer all cut together. It's waiting. It's just been sitting there waiting for Ghostbusters 3 to drop.
Nice.
The whole thing. I'm looking
this
to
summer, right?
Yeah, well, it's been pushed back now. It was going to be in June, and now they bumped it to November. I wouldn't be surprised if they move it again. But let's just hope it comes out in the fall, because the fall seems like a good time for a Ghostbusters movie to come out.
Ooh, right as the air is just starting to get cooler. That would be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. You listening, Sony? Fall.
Yeah, right? Okay, can you tell us how much Ecto Cooler you have left? Is there still some left, or is it gone now?
Oh, there is still some left. I still have over a dozen of those 10 packs that are left.
Yes.
We've got fun little chart with all the times I thawed one out, and it's we'll cover step by step every single one in the documentary. Your brain will be spinning.
That is so cool.
That's awesome.
Before Chris launches anything on here, before we move on anymore, I'm going to tell you why after the fact, but I'm going to ask you a couple Star Wars questions, Matt.
Oh, okay.
Okay, are you ready? Who blew up the Death Star?
That was Luke.
Okay, all right. Do you want the same difficulty or do you want to go easier or harder?
Ooh. Let's go about the same.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Who is Luke's father?
Well, Darth Vader.
Okay. Is it okay? Who blew up the second Death Star?
Oh. Good question. Han Solo? I actually don't know.
Lando Calrissian would probably be the correct
In the
answer.
Millennium Falcon, yeah.
In the Millennium Falcon. Okay, and then just to throw it in
That
there,
was kind of a trick question.
just to throw it in there, I gotta ask, who blew up Starkiller Base?
Oh boy. I think that was the Abominable Snowman. Am I right?
If you would have said Poe Dameron, that would have been the correct answer. So Matt, I got messages from your friend Adam, who begged me to ask you some Star Wars trivia.
Yeah, thanks, Adam. I know he's watching right now. He's giggling and kicking his tootsies. Yep, I know that. I knew that this day was coming. Yep.
So I had no plans on doing that, but I felt so bad because every time that Adam knows you're going to come on, he asks me to do Star Wars stuff, and I haven't done it yet. So that was as mean as I could possibly be for asking you Star Wars stuff, but I had a good laugh. Like if when Chris played the one video of how we do stuff here, that little 4-minute clip, I was messaging Adam, and it was funny. He really wanted me to just give you a really hard time. Throw some Star Trek stuff in there. And he's like, no, Matt's
How many lightsabers did Captain Picard have?
Yeah. Matt's really prepared for this. He's ready. He wants you to ask these questions. And I'm like, I don't believe you right now.
That is exactly what he'd say, yep.
So I just want to say Halloween was absolutely a blast having you on for Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
It was so much fun. You're the costume you wore, and you mean a lot to us here because you're willing to come and do production with us, and that's always a fun thing.
Mm-hmm.
Chris,
Oh man, yeah, you guys are my highlight too. That was like the best part of my Halloween was coming and hanging out with you guys.
oh, thank you so much. That was awesome. Chris, you got anything for Matt?
Back.
Well, I know. I hope you have plans for next year to come back, or just think about it right now, because you're the king of Halloween, man.
Yeah, King of Halloween. He'll most likely want to come back.
And
I'd have to look and see what the rest of the schedule is foretelling. But yeah, definitely, you can pencil me in for another Halloween episode. No question.
Awesome.
The plus side is it probably won't be on Halloween this year, so it might not interfere with your day that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
So yeah, that would be cool. Chris, did you have any trivia or anything for Matt?
We got a couple of comments saying Swanky said, "Don't forget Ian Nubb. He was Lando's co-pilot."
That's true. Yep, who blew? They're not letting you escape that Star Wars, Matt.
And Gwen says it was definitely a Yeti that blew up Starkiller Base.
See, I knew it.
That's Gwen's head canon now. Is it? This Yeti did it.
Halloween is on a Sunday, so we'll be doing the Halloween Eve.
Oh,
there you
perfect.
go.
What spooky stuff happens around Halloween Eve? Do you have a scary story to tell us,
The
Matt?
reanimation of bodies.
Ooh, zombies.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Well, Halloween Eve is usually when me and my buddies will go out and we'll do our pumpkin drop. Every year we get together and carve jack-o'-lanterns, and at the stroke of midnight, Halloween Eve, we smash our pumpkins to announce that Halloween has arrived, and it's like ringing in the new year, you know?
That's awesome. That is so cool. Let's see. Smashing pumpkins. Do you do the traditional like jack-o'-lantern, or do you ever carve anything into it, like Ghostbusters stuff, or?
Yeah, I try to switch it up a little bit. I've done the Ghostbusters logo before. I usually will just do like a scary face, especially if we're under the gun and need to get running to our location. But sometimes I'll jazz it up a little bit. Like I did Pinhead one year from Hellraiser, and like put actual pins in it. Or I did Jason one year and like carved the mask into it. So like, you know, it would light up this specific way around the corners of the mask and through the holes and stuff. Like,
Dang.
yeah, try to get kind of creative if I can.
This is a last story I have for you. Or yeah, we'll wrap up with this. So you keep popping up all over the place for me, and you're never going to believe this story, but it's totally real. So we've been downsizing some things around, Kara and I have around just our house, just putting some stuff up on Facebook Marketplace. And so we sold an old video game console, and I put it up on Marketplace, and I had like 2 or 3 people message me, and I just went through and looked at each person. And I kid you not, I don't think you know this person, but their cover photo was you dressed up in Ghostbusters North with you and your Ghostbusters crew. And I was like, obviously I can trust this person. Yeah, I can obviously trust this person. Like, I can meet him. I'm not afraid of meeting this person in real life because they obviously know Matt. And there you were on this person's cover photo. And I don't think you were mutual friends, but you were this person's cover photo as a Ghostbuster. So I'm like, it's like, there's Matt again. He's even on random places. So it's just such a small world. It's so crazy. So there you go.
Good. That's how I want it. You just can't get rid of me. That's how I want it.
Not at all. All right. Well, Matt, thank you so much for calling in tonight. I love it. So everybody knows too, Matt actually was the only person who called in ahead of the show to test the connection. So that was pretty cool. So thank you for calling in and being on, and we look forward to having you on again in the future, Matt.
Thank you so much for having me all these episodes, and congratulations everybody on 100 episodes.
Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, have a good night, Matt.
Bye.
You too, guys. Bye.
Now that reminds me, every time somebody said like 100th episode, you should have bought a bunch of those little ones, and Ryan should have went pop. Every time somebody said 100 episodes, pop. Nice. Or you need to do a hotkey or like a virtual confetti. And everybody,
yeah. So that would have been smart if I would have loaded an asset like that.
You know, because it's like a drinking game, but instead that's what everybody. We should have started off and told everybody that.
But we're a family-friendly podcast.
You take a sip of your apple juice.
Yeah, it's apple juice, I swear. Yeah, Swanky says write that down for the next milestone, episode 200.
Right, every time Jeremy says yeah, no, for sure, or whatever thing I say, I don't know.
I think congratulations on 100 episodes or whatever, that's enough.
That would have been funny, right? Every time somebody said that. All right, Chris, what do you got for us next? Is that all the guests?
No, we got one more.
We got one more.
We've got Gwen of Stuff Lab fame. Do I have any other trivia? Let's see here. Not really. Nothing I can really easily come up with. Yep. No. Okay. Well,
you know what's blowing my mind right now? So we we started basically ostensibly May 4th, right?
Yeah. Our first video I think was May 5th.
So a year. We said we're gonna go for another year, and a year is 52 weeks, so that's 52 episodes.
Yep.
So really, like last May was 52, right? That would be the math would check out. And so I'm thinking like, how do we already hit 100? But we're really only 4 weeks away from May 4th.
Yep.
So next call in.
I love your ringtone.
Can you hear it over the?
Of course I can.
Gwen, you are live on the air.
Awesome. I'm trying to mute my computer. There we go. Okay. There. Now it's not doing a weird feedback for me. What's up, guys?
Hi, how's it going?
Good. I was really worried that I was going to fall asleep because I was real tired today. I'm like, okay, I'm going to take a nap early to make sure that I'm up late enough. Because last week, Brownie was going to call me after the podcast, and at like 8:59, I'm like, I can't stay up any longer. I'm so tired.
I feel ya.
Well, so this is 100 episodes, and Gwen, you've been on, and you were a huge proponent of our 300 sub challenge, where you provided us with the Pocky chips.
Yeah, I got some other spicy stuff. When do you guys want to do that?
No, I'm just kidding. And then did you? Who brought us the gummy bears that I had to eat a bunch of gummy Legos?
That was Gwen because I toasted you in the Lego build.
So you're responsible for all my upset stomachs.
Keep it going,
Yes.
Gwen. Keep it going.
Yeah, for the 2-year anniversary, we'll make you eat a whole bunch of terrible stuff.
Yes, I love it.
Yeah, flip the
What we
script.
do is we make Jeremy eat a little bit of everything
No,
we've ever
not
had.
me. We flipped the script and make
Yes.
Gwen eat the stuff for the
No,
200.
you.
She ate more of that spicy chip than you did.
I know she
That's
did.
true. That's true. Gwen was, wow, girl.
And
Like,
I was also like nibbling it, and Gwen, you just ate the whole thing.
yeah, Gwen
boom.
just like shit.
I
and
mean, you
Jeremy's
might as
like,
well.
Hey,
Jeremy's like a little mouse of that. It's like, nom.
Anyways, so okay, you've known Chris your whole life because you two are brother and sister. If that isn't known, what's it like now? Have you seen Brownie Cam this time?
I haven't. Every time Brownie Cam has happened,
Okay.
it freezes for me.
We're gonna hold on to the delay for just a second. It's on Brownie Cam right now. Are you at least is the stream on for you?
It is.
Okay, hopefully you'll get to see Brownie Cam, and we get to time out the delay. Do you think that should be a permanent addition? Chris swears it's only for this episode.
it's only for this episode.
Everybody wants it though. Everybody wants. Okay,
So here's the thing,
comment if you want Brownie Cam permanently.
Everybody wants a McRib, but they only put it out on special occasions.
But then they complain the rest of the year that the McRib isn't there.
Yeah, but it would taste so much better.
yeah,
When
the
it's
sauce
on
is so
again.
much sweeter.
I don't mean to like throw you to the bus, but how proud are you of your brother?
I'm super proud of brother. He works his butt off on all the projects that he helps with. And sometimes he calls, he's like, you're not going to believe what we did today. This was so much fun. Like, he just loves what he does. And it's so nice to see him enjoying doing something that he loves to do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so I've said this earlier, but I'll say it again. It was just like the Halloween episode with all the candy, and like this episode with all the fun little addendums with the confetti blasting at us. And Chris got the Rode, the new mixer that we got to be able to take phone calls. And is that a fanfare?
Giving myself some applause.
And just going back and watching like from where we started to where we've come now has been really, really good. But because you are our guest here, how's Stuff Lab going? Tell us about Stuff Lab.
So I'm having a problem having enough, I don't know what it is. I think it's just the weird dreariness that's been going on. So I'll start a project and I'll be like, I'm not really feeling it today. So I've kind of slacked on my project, but I'm slowly building them back up. Recorded a bunch today.
Oh, nice.
Learned all about goldfish.
Oh, fun.
Nice.
The animal fact
Who
videos
knew?
are epic.
Yeah, so there are a couple of people so I started doing the fact videos when I worked at Black Bear. I used to send out an email every Monday to all my bosses. It was like, the weekends are
And
awful.
me.
Here's something enjoyable in your email for you on Mondays.
Nice.
And then we went on, our Walmart vacations.
Yep.
And so I started making them in video form.
Oh, fun.
And
So
they
wait,
have
you used
picked
to
up
just
like crazy.
you used to just send out the facts without making the video to the people you worked with?
Yeah.
How fun is
To
that?
all my bosses. They didn't ask for it. They just got it.
That is so epic. And were you never told to stop?
Nope.
How cool
I
is
still
that?
sent it.
How cool is that? And so you turn them into these awesome videos, and they're starting to pick up traction now?
Yeah. There's a couple people that regularly comment on there, and it's like, oh, that's super cool. And then the rest are all, those weird bots that go, oh, at 23 seconds and share their own link. It's like, well, I'm not going to deal with that.
Yeah, exactly. Goodbye. That's so cool. So you have a couple of Brads, as we like to say on our show here. Everybody needs a Brad.
I really hope Brad comes on for an episode with you guys, or when you guys go visit, you guys do like a special little episode, because he sounds so freaking fun.
It doesn't he? Well, like all of the comments that Brad comments are just make Chris laugh so much. And then, like I said, I wrote him and asked if he wanted to be on, but I didn't give him my phone number. I didn't give him any other details. And he's like, "What are we doing this with a tin can and there's a couple of strings here?" But sarcasm can be mean and sarcasm can be really, really funny. And Brad's is really, really funny.
Yeah.
The guy seems like an absolute blast to hang out with. So I agree. I couldn't agree more with that.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. I'm just gonna say. So you helped Chris. Hooked him up. The other day I was over there and you guys gave me some food. did you know you gave me one of my favorite foods in existence? Those
No, what was it?
Those box of scones were specifically the petite vanilla bean scones from Starbucks Industry. That's what those
Oh, really?
were. And I used to buy those so much. It was like three for $3 so it was like $1 a piece. And you guys gave me that big box, and I'm like, this is like $30 worth because they're like 10 scones per box. Yeah.
It's funny. Jeremy had no idea that they were the Starbucks vanilla bean scones, and I look at them. I'm like, these look real familiar. And so I looked to the side, and I was like, Jeremy, you do realize that these are Starbucks vanilla bean scones? And he's like, what? Like, he couldn't believe it. Mind blown, super happy. So you made his day, week, month.
It was absolutely awesome.
Maybe even his year.
Yeah, right.
Potentially. Yep.
So Brad said he was worried that his jokes only worked with a time delay. and then he says, I love Gwen's laugh, by the way. Brownie, your family must have the best laughs.
Yeah, oh, yeah. What do you do?
I will say, we all have a very distinctive laugh. Like, my mom gets told that, I get told that, I get told that about brother.
Yeah,
It's a thing.
I used to, a whole room of everybody. You guys can have your own sitcom.
I would say, like, from my own personal experience, I feel like we're a pretty jovial family. Like, we like jokes and laughing at stuff, so.
Nice.
So yesterday at work, one of the security guards came down. His name is Dustin, and we were talking about a book that I'm reading. And he made a joke, and I started just laughing. And behind me is a big, like, tiled stairway going up 3 floors. So my laugh is just echoing up the stairs, and Dustin's like, I can't tell if you're laughing for joy or if you're laughing evilly. I'm like, no one will ever know.
I can just hear Chris's laugh right now. Even that's the best. Well, and so to tie in 100 episodes, Chris, you didn't actually technically get your own mic until 4, right?
Oh, I don't remember.
I think it was 4. We did like the first 3, and you could be heard on the microphone. But my mom would specifically.
I remember brother making such a big deal. He's like, nobody wants to listen to me. I don't need my own mic. And it's like, yeah, you do.
Yeah.
I don't need my own camera either, but now here there's all sorts of stuff I want. What a surprise.
Well, Chris says Brownie Cam's gonna end up staying, and then I don't know if you know. So I was saying about tripods earlier. I had to put it. I like brought the gimbal, so it's like the camera sitting on the gimbal, but it seems to work because then Chris rotates it around the whole room.
Having the ability to point that thing wherever I want is awesome.
So that just worked out extremely well. But yeah, I remember when Chris didn't have a mic on the first couple episodes, and then my mom, you know, like you have your target feedback for that you reach out to when you start making YouTube videos. So my mom was one of them, and she's like, Chris's laugh is like the best part. Chris needs a mic. Chris needs a mic, and lo and behold, now Chris has a mic. So
I wonder if it's around that point when you joined in on the conversation that things kind of started to loosen up for us.
It probably did.
It wasn't just Jeremy and me just sitting and talking to each other like.
On May 15th, 1977, Star Wars released in 36 theaters nationwide.
You're missing the funny part. It's 2019. Star Wars is pretty big this year. That was my favorite. I was just going back to that. It's just, of course.
Brad says the whole Wilson vibe is a whole layer to the show.
It does. It does. Yeah. Maybe we don't need Brownie Cam. I have no idea.
I'm telling you, we need to keep the Brownie Cam, but just put like a little fence so all we can see are Chris's eyeballs.
So if we can keep this camera, we're just let me point at random stuff in the studio. That's what I'm all about.
Right. Well, the point of me buying the gimbal from you is so I could use it at projects at home, and now I was going to have to live down here.
Time to buy another one.
And also funny news. So if anybody didn't know, Oxygen is extremely popular in 2021. Just so you guys didn't know that. But no, we've come a long way, and it's been really fun. Just even going back and forth. Both creating content, and I hope both of our channels continue to grow and move on, because it's fun to see, you know, what you guys are doing and some of the creative stuff you've come up with, and just the way you do your animal videos now with the Artisil tablet. I mean, it's really good. It's really, really good. It's super cool. So And you've been a huge.
I think by far they're my favorite.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you've been a huge supporter for us and like really have motivated us at certain times. And so I hope you need to keep doing what you're doing, Gwen.
Well, I have no plans of stopping. I remember when I started, Brother said, this shouldn't ever feel like a job. If it ever feels like a job, just take a step back, remember why you're doing it, and then go from there. Mm-hmm. So I think that's good advice all around for people doing something that's, time consuming, difficult. Like every weekend, like you guys spend at least 4 hours down in the studio doing stuff.
Yeah.
Like that's a huge time dedication.
Yeah, and it was like when we decided on what nights we were going to go live. When it wasn't live, we could just do it whenever. But when we decided we were going to go live, I did not realize the commitment of saying, let's do it Saturday nights. The impact that would have. But even seeing down here earlier when we were getting ready and I was running cables, Kara was sitting with Chip, and Chip was just looking around the studio, and she's like, this is
your
future. And just her saying that, I was like, I really hope he has fun doing this stuff and like looking around and kids are creative. Like there's Prodigy. He could just do something that I would never think of. Like what when your kid maybe like plays a song on a guitar for the first time or something for you. I just can't imagine if Chip picks up a camera and he's like, "Hey, Dad, look at this video I shot." I'm like, "Whoa, Chris, I'm out of a job. You don't need me anymore." Or who knows. Yeah. I would love it if he got into like voice acting. That would be so cool.
That'd be awesome.
But
the refreshing thing about children is they haven't had the imagination beaten out of them yet by society.
Exactly. Yep.
Sky's
the limit.
Very true words.
The Brickable kid, Goodness Grievous, his skit, like he did a transition with red cloth from like one thing, like I'll just say it even though it's wrong, like the Death Star exploding and then the screen went to red, to the minifig tumbling and landing in Snoke's red like cloth
throne room. Yeah.
That was Hollywood level transition thinking in a, I'm guessing, 12-year-old kid. And just to see that, and we were talking earlier with Keith, like he wrote this book because he couldn't ever shoot it, so he released it as a book. I mean, that kid pulled off an idea that he shouldn't have been able to pull off, more or less, which was just super cool to see. And that's what I wish YouTube was more of, is seeing these smaller producers like you and I. Bigger companies should be banned. Get them off of YouTube.
So you mean like
there are a lot of people that agree
millions and billions subscribers for like the was it TFB, TDF, whatever the one from India is, just a huge corporation.
Yeah,
T-Series.
Like Babish started out legit, right? So he can stay. These PewDiePie or even Mr.
Well, what
Beast.
you're saying, you don't want established media companies moving in, so you don't want like NBC re-airing Tonight Show clips.
Yes.
And,
Yeah, exactly. That stuff they can host it on their own platform. Super frustrating. But anyways, Gwen, anything else before we...
Brad said... Jerry about to go on his Mr. Beast rant.
Oh man, Kara busted me the other day. She was did not busted me. I had a Mr. Beast video suggested to me, and she's like, "What is that suggestion doing?" And I'm like, "Calm down, calm down."
Jeremy secretly loves Mr. Beast.
You are so funny,
Mr. Beast friend.
I have a YouTube question for all three of you and anyone in the audience, because I was being nostalgic at work about this with people. What is the very first video you ever watched on YouTube?
Oh, gosh.
Well, this is going to sound cheesy, but I want to say mine was the evolution of dance.
I don't even know what mine was.
That is a very common answer that I get.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the first one I saw. I know the first video on YouTube was like at a zoo, right? The actual first
one of the
video.
guys that made YouTube. Yeah.
But it was very clearly the evolution of it was the evolution of dance.
I don't even know what mine was.
I honestly think mine might have been like a Red versus Blue video.
And Red versus Blue though, I mean, I had watched it when you had to like right click the link on their website and actually like download.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because somebody had shown me something that they had downloaded. Like the first thing I saw was secondhand from YouTube that they had downloaded to watch.
Crazy. Do you know yours, Gwen?
I do.
Curious? Oh, go ahead. Tell us what it is.
So I don't know if you remember Amanda Collins from high school.
Yep.
We were in study hall with Mr. J, the band teacher, and she went, "Oh, Mr. J, we put a video on the internet." And it was just the cheerleading squad doing their dance routine. And that was the very first video I ever saw on YouTube. Like, that's crazy.
Interesting.
That's what technically that's what like YouTube was supposed to be. It was just like, hey, we did this thing. Where is the place we can host this video? You know.
Mm-hmm.
Swanky says, I can barely remember what I ate for breakfast, and y'all are talking about something from 15, 16 years ago.
Thank you for engaging with us tonight, Swanky.
Oh my goodness.
Ah, it's so funny.
All right, so just one more time hitting the shout-outs for Gwen's. That's youtube.com/stufflab. She does product reviews. She does fact videos. Just all sorts of crazy stuff. Snacks with Zach is my favorite series on there. He finds random snack things, and they test them.
That is my favorite Wednesday series.
That's awesome.
He says we're stuck with him now.
We will take you.
All right, well, I think we're going to start rolling towards the outro here. We are all out of stuff. We're all out of self-congratulations and pats on the back and everything. So, Gwen, thank you for joining us on here. You can just stay through us through the outro if you want.
Should we?
I'll stay through the
outro.
Should I kill lights and pull out Yoda?
Oh, sure, but I got one more of these things, too.
Oh my gosh.
Yay! I don't feel like
My heart. Oh, it's gonna get dark in here.
That mood lighting,
Can
you.
I kill the outro before... There we go. We gotta get her charged up.
to play it all.
No, we gotta get a little bit more...
I think we have to turn the little backlights
Oh
off,
my goodness!
though?
Yeah, well, like classic Rise of the Podcast, it falls apart at the last minute.
I think we have to turn off the backlights, too. I don't know if there's enough.
I think give that a shot. There it is. Look at that! Look at that baby glow. That is awesome. Thank you again, Cam. All right, you're gonna roll the outro again. If you guys made it to this part of the video, you made it to the end of the video, congratulations. Thank you for joining us for 100 episodes of Rise of the Podcast. Woo! Comment down below with what you want to see in the next 100 episodes. We might make it happen. It could happen. Who knows? Subscribe if you're not already. Ring the notification bell to be notified every time we go live so you can hang out with us or whenever we post a video. Thank you guys so much for 100 episodes.
And may the force be with you.
Oh, thank you so much, Gwen.
It was fun.
Oh.
Like, you guys had tons of guests. I am so surprised that they all were available and not doing other nonsense tonight.
I know.
I can't believe it. And every single one of them, like, yeah, they all made it. There wasn't